Perfect. Yeah. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in, Deb. Welcome in, ZZ. How's it going? It's, it's got to be. It's got to be perfect. Guess what song I was listening to before I came on? Too many people take second best, but I won't take anything less. It's got to be, yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. But yeah, how are we doing today? How's it going? How's it going? Posted a video today. It's like I know I've told you guys about my binge eating disorder and all that kind of stuff, but actually, talking about it properly in a video and the sheer kind of magnitude of how much I've actually put on because I let my binge eating get out of control. It was yeah, it was a thing. But hey, shit happens, right? We get up and we try again. Dust ourselves off. All right. Welcome in, Debbie. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Yes, so something a bit different today. A couple of recommendations from the Discord. So we've got the Pender County 911 call mystery, and we've got a couple of compilations of foreign visitors to the World Cup in the United States. Welcome in, Ray Ray. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. So, yeah, you're good. That's good to hear. Exactly, Dan. It's like clockwork. It's not about the setback, it's about the comeback. Exactly, Debbie. Welcome in, Dan, by the way. Good to see you. Thank you. I mean, I owe it to you guys, to be honest. So, I've been telling you about it anyway. So I might as well, I've been telling you about it in streams. So let's just get it out into the world and get back on track. That's all I can do, really. Right. So, how many fans have we got? Any fans of true crime in the chat today? Or like, paranormal stuff? Because I think this might be a combination of both. But yeah, it's called the Pender County 911 Call Mystery. A Deepu David. It was recommended by Hot Latte. No worries, Ray Ray. You got to do what you got to do. Real life matters more. That's what I say. So yeah, should we get started then? So
So
yeah,
there is a real, confirmed, authentic 911 call from a few years ago that absolutely haunts me.
What was that, sir? That's not human! That's not human!
A man called dispatch in 2021
that's not human. That's not human. It just matters exactly.
to report a bloody man that he saw on the side of the road while he was driving. And then later in the call, they're interrupted by an audible thump that you can hear on the call, and the man screams, "That's not human" multiple times. There's more to this call. We will listen to the whole thing. This call is very heavily discussed in paranormal communities. It raises a ton of debate about the existence of cryptids in general, or that this is possibly proof of the rake or skinwalkers. But I think even if you're not interested in the paranormal or the cryptid world or anything like that, you're still going to find this video and this call super interesting because it intersects a lot of things.
I do find the kind of theories about paranormal stuff very interesting because when you talk about like seeing these kind of weird creatures, you can almost always attribute it to actually just being like a normal animal. Like there's there's a UK kind of creature called the Beast of Bodmin, and people reckon it's like a giant panther kind of creature, and it's probably just a big old cat, to be honest with you. But then you've got like Bigfoot in America, haven't you? You've obviously got the Yeti in the Himalayas. So there's all kinds of creature theories all over the world, really, aren't there?
Things that we're all very interested in. So it's kind of got a true crime air to it, even though it's not true crime, but it has 911 calls. I love good audio proof to back up somebody's story. And I also love, since nowadays we kind of assume everybody on the internet is lying, sometimes we assume too often, and sometimes people are not lying, as this call has.
Yeah, that's the thing, Ray. I hear shit, and I live near a forest. So, like, in the middle of the night, I'll hear, and I'm just like, right. Now, I'm not going to sleep now, thank you so much.
Been proven authentic. And then just some good old-fashioned mysteries, because this is still unresolved and this story is sure to stick with you. This call will stick with you. So in today's video, I'm going to listen to the call with you all and explain the context around it so that we really understand what happened. We're going to really dissect and deep dive the call and the incident as a whole. Then we're going to, of course, talk about all the theories surrounding the call, what people online say versus what I think most likely happened. And there's many theories, so we're going to deep dive all of those as well. It's going to be a super juicy, scary video, but not a depressing one. My favorite kind, so sit tight. But first, I really want to thank today's sponsor, which is Bellesa. Bellesa and I are teaming up for a massive toy woman, but for Epson. Their toy, know what it is. Speaking of just, right, duh. I love this about them because that means like your neighbors, your year quality guarantee of your dog. Toys here because for my giveaway, all you have to do this call together. The full unedited call was around 11 minutes and that full version has been released, but the ones that circulate online are just a couple minutes because
in the South we have the Rougarou. I've never heard of that. You've got, is part of America, you've got the Wendigo as well, haven't you? Drop bears in Australia. Isn't that just koalas?
said it's a 911 call. I would imagine there's a lot of dead air, a lot of waiting.
I mean, to be fair, in Australia, pretty much, like you've got spiders the size of skyscrapers. That's what I'm led to believe.
A lot of stay on the line, sir, all that. So it kind of cuts all that out. And we're actually going to watch some special footage while we listen to this call. So another channel, which I'm going to talk about them extensively in this video, they're called Carolina Case Files, and they are extremely important to today's video, but they took footage of the drive. So basically they started about where they thought Tyler was, because he explains on 911 where he is at various points in his drives. They start there and then they drive along the route that he took to kind of put us where he was when he made this call, except of course theirs is in daylight and his was at night. I actually reached out to Carolina Case Files and asked them specifically if I could use the footage they took during the call because I loved.
Yeah, whenever I see spiders in Australia, I think I'm probably never gonna visit Australia, to be quite honest with you. I think New Zealand is probably the better place to go.
The visualization for it for this video, but it was using a little bit more, it was using more than, you know, a couple minutes of somebody else's video. I don't really want to do unless I have permission. So I did get permission from them, and all of their channels and all the links to their videos will be also in the description.
Hello.
Pender County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the
Good
Black
afternoon,
River,
love.
and I
Welcome in.
thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53 East. I just passed
Bring on the show,
Patriots Watch.
Okay, so you're over near Morse Creek?
Yes.
Okay. And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road?
Yes, ma'am, and it looked like he was bleeding because when I drove by, I had my high beams on, and all I could see was just some streaks of red going down his body, starting at his head.
So basically, he's seen a man at the side of the road, and he's just bleeding everywhere. That sounds creepy as fuck. Anyway, in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the forest, and you just see this man come out of the forest covered in blood. I don't know. It's very sus anyway.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get back to where you're at. Okay.
I'm kind of in the middle of the woods at the moment.
Yes, sir. I'm familiar
Exactly.
with.
You're in the middle of the fucking woods, and there's a man with blood all over him. Yeah, see, either he's been attacked by a bear, or he's killed a bear, or he's just dug a grave or something like that. Creepy as fuck.
With the area.
What the fuck?
What was
Oh
that,
my
sir?
god.
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the back of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road, it's in my truck!
It's in the truck. It's in the bed of his truck. Go on, keep up.
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am, I just turned on my bed lights for my truck and there's something in my bed.
Okay, so when you say something, what
Somebody's been sleeping in my bed.
do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
I don't know.
Like a turkey, a deer?
No.
Turkeys
I
are
don't know
pretty
what the hell
big.
that was. That wasn't a turkey because I was driving 50 miles an hour.
Okay.
The turkey doesn't hit that hard, and it was not covered in feathers at all.
Okay, all right, sir. What do you think it was?
I have no idea what the hell that was.
So he was traveling at 50 miles an hour and has been hit by something that landed in the bed of his truck. And he has no idea what it is.
And it just scared the absolute hell out of me, and I just knocked it off of my truck when I slammed on the brakes.
I'm sure you did, sir. I mean, I would be scared too. I'm just trying to think is there any damage to your vehicle?
I don't know, but I'm waiting until I get further away.
Okay, sir.
Keep on driving, mate.
There's another truck in front of me at the moment.
Okay.
I'm leaving my...
Yeah, because the way she's talking is that, yeah, it must have been a turkey. Yeah, I don't think it was anything else.
bed lights on.
Okay.
But then again, she does sound pretty invested at the same time. Welcome in, Paolo. Good to see you. Hope you're well.
I don't see it anymore. I don't see it in the distance or anything.
And you think it was in the road? Did it hit the front of your truck?
It went over the roof of my truck and onto my hood and then hit the road before I took off again.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
I'm fucking shaking.
I understand, sir.
An hour and a half of that just to get to a highway. Ray, I don't think I could do that, to be honest with you. I get freaked out on country roads in the UK. And you're quite likely to meet a cow or a deer. I meet deer quite a lot, to be fair. And yeah, I couldn't imagine that, like an hour and a half of that kind of drive. Nah, you're all right.
And you said it didn't have feathers, so that rules out.
It didn't have feathers. It looked pale almost.
Pale.
Okay, it was light in color.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so whereabouts are you at now, sir? Have you gotten to...
I just passed. I just passed.
Have you noticed how they've just completely forgotten about the bloody man? They've completely forgotten about the man with just blood all over him. And they're like, was it a turkey? Was it a fish? Was it a lizard?
Gas station.
They're invested in that
and
now.
a few houses. I just passed some houses right now. I'm about 7 miles from 53 East.
Okay. All right, sir. Have you gotten near school yet?
Yeah, still
Porter Road. I just
Okay.
passed it, Porter Road.
All right, so you're in the area of Porter Road and Malpas Corner Road.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard that bang before I started screaming, but I heard a bang,
I
and it
did.
turned on my headlight.
I heard a
The Jeepers
thud.
Creepers, man.
And back to the man that you saw,
Was it bigger than a bread box? It was the size of 12 bread boxes. All the loaves in there. Was it a survivor of Leatherface? Maybe it was Leatherface himself. We let Bubba do the toffees.
you said he was covered in blood?
It looked like he was bleeding from his head and heavily because it was going down his torso.
And was he white, black, Hispanic?
He was white, and he was staring at me as I drove by, just blankly, which kind of weirded me out, like he had some trauma, like he had blunt force trauma to his head, a possible concussion. I'm former Army, and something wasn't right. Like he had some form of brain injury. He was just staring at me the entire time as I was driving to him, and when I drive past him, and until he was out of sight.
Okay.
I mean, he was right to just drive past him, because that could have been anything, you know. Babadook, yeah. The scariest thing in Texas are the Republicans, yeah. But they go on holiday a lot if they're like Ted Cruz, aren't they?
All right. Now, where are you at now?
I'm by what looks like a corner store with some U-Haul trailers.
Okay. Have you
It's got
seen?
some lights on it. It's a, what is that? Malpass County corner store. It's a supermarket.
Okay. All right. Can you pull over in there and take your truck?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Quick note, they pulled into the wrong corner store at the end of the call. It's not important. Don't worry about it. It's not going to confuse the story at all. They were just driving down the road. They just pulled into the wrong one. The rest of it was pretty close to where he was driving. Like they even marked like, oh, Porter Road, as he's saying Porter Road on the phone call. I love that footage. I think it's so helpful to like be able to visualize what he was seeing in that moment.
That is really good to have the footage and the 911 call running concurrently. It gives great visualization.
Buckle up because we have to talk in depth about this call. So reportedly, this call took place on July 31st, 2021, around 11 p.m. So almost 5 years ago. It wasn't until September 13th of last year, 2025, so 4 years after the call took place, that this call started to spread online.
Okay.
I think it actually started spreading in December 2024, I believe on Facebook, but it didn't really go viral until the YouTube channel, where that footage is from, Carolina Case Files, made a video about this incident. The origin of how it got online, I think.
Yeah. So what happened, Paolo? He was driving and he saw a bloodied man on the side of the road and drove past him. And while he was on the phone to the 911 dispatcher, his truck hit something and landed in the bed of his truck. And he has no idea what it was.
Think is actually something people breeze over, but I personally think that's kind of important. I don't know exactly how it did. We know that police record all 911 calls. I would imagine that it was just a crazy call that they couldn't figure out. It was a mystery, so it kind of was like running around in police circles, and then somebody in one of the police circles, a family member or friend, got a hold of it and said, oh my God, I have to share this online, and got permission to share it online somewhere, or just did it. I don't know if it's a public, they might be a part of the Freedom of Information Act if 911 calls, but I think that's how it started circulating online. As far as we know, the actual caller didn't post it online or anything like that. So the Pender County Sheriff Office, where this took place in Pender County, has officially confirmed on several occasions that this is a real call that they got, and that, like I said, the original call was longer, was 11 minutes long. The YouTube channel Carolina Case Files actually tracked down the caller, and it was hard. It took them many months, apparently, and a lot of convincing, but they tracked down the caller, and he finally agreed to do an anonymous interview. So in his first interview, we only see the back of his head, and he's only referred to as T.
Why can't we hear the sound of the road if he's driving? I don't know. I don't know.
But it's okay to say his first name now. He has come forward and given his first name, which is Tyler, and he has shown his face as well. So he will henceforth be referred to as Tyler for clarity's sake. So Tyler says that he was traveling from Florida and was driving through North Carolina. He was on his way to visit his family when this occurred. To quote the Snopes article and the call, he was traveling on State Highway 210 East towards State Highway 53 and had just passed Patriots Watch Community about 45 seconds before that big thud in the call that you hear. And then about 6 minutes later on the call, he pulls into the Malpass Corner store where he waited for the police. That's where he felt safe enough to stop and wait for police. So that was the full route of the call. Tyler said that he originally had his window down since when he saw the man, because his AC in the truck was broken. The AC was broken, so he had his windows down. And in spite of it being really dark,
Tyler, I've got a beast I can show you.
That makes sense because remember, this was July in the South. I'm sure it was very hot, even at 11 o'clock at night.
Big thud.
The caller says on the phone call and in the interview years later, the story doesn't change, that he saw what looked like around a 30-year-old white man standing in a ditch on the side of the road, and he had blood dripping down his face as if he had some sort of head wound. In the call, remember, you heard him tell the dispatcher that the man was staring directly at him like a blank stare while he was driving by.
He was white, and he was staring at me as I drove by, just blankly, which kind of weirded me out, like he had some trauma, like he had one more trauma to his head, a possible concussion.
That gives me the chills. I hate it. And then in that...
So let me ask you guys something. If you guys saw that, a bloodied man on the side of the road, would you stop? Would you try and help them?
That interview, he also says that what he recalls is that the man was wearing what looked like almost an old Civil War uniform.
On that massive black curve, as I'm coming around, I had just started the curve, and I was about a third of the way through it, and I look over into the ditch on my right because I caught a quick glimpse of something, and as I take a further look, it looks like there's I'd say probably a 30-something-year-old man standing in that ditch.
No, I
wearing
wouldn't either.
what looks like an old Civil War uniform, just covered head to toe in blood.
So they think it might be, he reckons it's somebody in an old Civil War uniform. So like an 18th or 19th century ghost or something? You'd keep driving, yeah. I think we'd all keep driving.
And the uniform was torn as well.
Now, quick sidebar, Tyler's story has stayed fairly consistent over the years, but the Civil War uniform thing, I do kind of take with a grain of salt, as all of our memories are unreliable, as we've talked on the channel before. But remember, he didn't see that man for very long. He didn't say anything about a uniform on the phone call. And Tyler has also said that he forgot about this for several years until it went viral online, and he was trying to forget about it because it was so scary. So I want to include that uniform detail, as that's what he says. That's what he claims happened. But I do...
Yeah, if that happened to me, I'd only ever drive at like midday. That's it. Like the sun at its highest point, and you can see everything. That's the only time I'm going to drive. All right?
You take it just with a tiny grain of salt, because you just never know what has influenced the story over the years. If people asked, people were like, oh my God, it was a Civil War soldier, right? If that had been repeated over and over, the memory might get a little distorted. But regardless. So he does not stop for the man, and no judgment for that. I don't think I would have either, because especially at night, you just never know. In a remote area, you just never know if something's a trap. So he did the right thing. He calls 911 immediately to let them know that someone needs help, that it looked like this guy was alone and in desperate need of some medical attention. He was going to stop somewhere safe and wait for the police so that he could take
Let someone else deal with it.
them to this man to get help. That was his original plan. So at this point, he's a little rattled. Again, I would be too if I saw somebody bleeding on the side of the road. He rolls up his window, so the windows are closed by this point. And then, as you hear on the call, something or someone flew out of nowhere and landed in the bed of his truck. He then turns on his rear lights and he looks in the rear view mirror, and you could hear on the
It does sound a bit like Eden Lake. Yeah, that is a terrifying movie.
phone that, first of all, he says, that's not human, there's something in the bed of my truck. And when the dispatcher asks if it was a turkey, you could tell the poor dispatcher didn't even know, had never gotten a call like this, didn't even know what to ask, was like, I'm trying to think of what to even ask you. And he was like, it's definitely not a turkey, it's very pale, almost white. And he said, I have no idea what that is. And then in the later interview, he said that it was staring at him through the window, through his rear window from the bed of the truck.
And I looked in my rearview mirror, and all I saw was this white, like snow white face right up against my rear windshield, like it was looking into my truck trying to see what it could see.
In the interview later, he claims that it looked like, from his recollection, like it had sunken eyes, no nose, no ears, and when he screams, that's not human, Tyler says that he doesn't even remember saying that.
What it could see.
That kind of looks like an owl. Welcome in, Latte. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. No eyes, no nose, rather. Sunken eyes. Big and white. Owl? Owl?
It had shallow, sunken eyes. It had no nose. Just think if you took skin and put it on a human skull and stretched it thin. Couldn't see any ears, just that. And immediately, I just started screaming. I didn't realize until afterwards that I had said that's not human on the call.
He only knows he said that because of the 911 call, which again, if your adrenaline is pumping, that also makes sense. But yeah, I wouldn't doubt that he probably doesn't even remember saying that, but that's so interesting that that was his gut reaction. Now, if you notice, this description is pretty close to what we think of when we talk about the rake, this picture that circulates online over and over. However, I want to just make sure you guys all know, most of you probably do, but the rake is a creepypasta. It's fictional. It's like Slender Man. Somebody made it.
This Ros when she was younger. If she landed on his truck, that truck would be a write-off, mate. I don't think he'd be able to drive that truck.
But it goes so viral and it's talked about so repeatedly that people start to blur the lines between myth and reality. There's no proof that there's ever, like, the rake is not some mythical creature that has gone back for centuries. It's a creepypasta. However, you could argue that, you know, a lot of
people do hit a lot of owls at night, headlights blind them. Yeah, so that might be the most likely scenario. If we're thinking rationally, it could have been a very large owl.
people interchange the rake and a skinwalker. So you could also argue that it sounds like he described a skinwalker, which, while we don't have like definitive evidence that skinwalkers are part of real native cultures and real mythology. Like, they've gone back a lot further, and some people do genuinely believe in them and genuinely believe that they've seen them. Again, we'll talk about theories later, but I do also take this description of the creature with a grain of salt. I believe that he saw something crazy that did not look human. I'm sure it didn't look like an animal. I don't doubt that it was super pale and had long limbs, as he describes later. But on the other hand, I think many people over these few years in between this happening and his interviews, people probably showed him pictures of this rake thing that circulates online. And if a bunch of people are like, oh my God, you saw the rake, over time.
I just came from watching Pulpy's stream from yesterday where she was crying about being self-determined disabled. Fucking Rosie, man. Go to bed.
Again, we just know that our memories are not immune to being altered over time. Our memories are very imperfect, especially as more time goes on. So I kind of do believe that maybe his brain could have been filling in the gaps inadvertently to make sense of what he saw. We don't have a video of it. We don't have a picture of it. So we don't really know for sure. So Tyler says at this point, to get it off of his truck, he's accelerating, which you can hear in the video as well. He estimated that he was going about 80 miles per hour and then slams on his brakes. The thing comes flying off the front of his car. And I guess this part's also a little murky, but apparently the thing, while it was in the bed of his truck, reaches up to the top of his truck and scratches the top of his truck, and he hears thuds. You can't hear a scratch in the video, but apparently, according to him, this thing scratched the top of his truck trying to.
So you can only hear one thud, and that's the creature landing in the bed of his truck. But yeah, definitely didn't hear any scratches or anything like that in the call. Welcome in, Pulpy's wig. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Steady itself probably before it flew off the front when he pressed on his brakes. So he did that to get it to fly off the car. He said that he goes around it. He sees it in his rear view mirror as he's driving away. He sees someone or something, whatever this was, stand up. He said he estimates that it was at least 7 feet tall because it was taller than his truck. And it describes it as pale with very long limbs. He says it then got up.
Okay, so now we've got a description of it. He's saying it's 7 foot tall with long limbs. That doesn't sound like a creature, like any kind of normal creature. What could be pale, 7 foot tall? Could be a moose? This moose? Or that's all I can think of. Or like a really skinny bear. I don't know. Rosie said she got scammed for not receiving diagnosis. She's a scammer. It takes one to know one.
Ran into the forest and disappeared.
Just
It was Ethan.
Super scrawny, long body,
He ain't running anywhere, love. Albino moose,
fly
maybe.
over my truck in a ball, rolling. I then swerve to the left and get back in the travel lane, and I floor it. And as I'm swerving to the left, I see it stand up, and it is easily taller than that truck.
No way.
I'm 5'10". The truck is about 2 inches taller than I am. And this thing was easily maybe 7 feet.
Wow.
And as I pass it, I look in my mirror and I see it bolt to the left into the woods, and it looked like I don't even know what the hell.
Tyler waits at the little corner store for police to respond. Both the state patrol and the sheriff's office sent deputies. So state patrol and sheriff's office are there. EMS, of course, came to the scene.
How is this connected to the man with the blood on his face. Maybe the creature is what did the bloodening, Debbie. This is giving me Nightflyer vibes, a la Stephen King. Yeah, the only other thing you'd need for a Stephen King would be for this to take place in Maine, right?
To check on the bleeding man if the bleeding man was still there and needed help. Plus, Parks and Wildlife came because of the report of the weird creature. So many different groups responded to the scene. They talked to the caller, they searched the area. Parks and Wildlife even used drones to search the area. And my understanding is that
moose are rare in North Carolina. It'd have to be albino and malnourished. A moose or bear would have totaled his truck. Okay, so it's a mystery, as we're saying.
they had like heat radar to see if they could find the animal or whatever this was. And then the police searched the area. He took them back to where he thought the man was, to look for the man. And they also searched the area, and there was nothing. They couldn't find any man bleeding on the side of the road. They could not locate a creature as described in the call. And Tyler, of course, was there for several hours into the early hours of the morning working with the police. I only say that because people use him sometimes saying it was the early hours of the morning.
Did the authorities search for the man with blood on his face? Yeah, they didn't find either the creature or the man with blood on his face. An owl on stilts? Could be.
Sometimes people use that against Tyler to say that his story is inconsistent. What was it, 11 o'clock or the early hours of the morning? But it was both. The call was at around 11, but he was there until the early hours of the morning. So that particular part is not really inconsistent. When police checked Tyler's car at the scene, they did find scratch marks of some kind on the roof of his truck. His truck was a...
They found scratch marks on the roof of his truck. Okay, so there was something clawing on the truck.
2007 Chevy Silverado to 2500 HD. And they couldn't identify what made the scratches, of course, but it did further corroborate his story, right? Like they found scratches then too. The police report specifically says the scratches were consistent with tree branches. However, they didn't conclude that it was tree branches. They just...
I would think I'm crazy and hallucinating, but I'd be so upset too. Yeah, it's a strange, it's definitely a mystery. And you know, there's those things where like there's certain areas where you get like random like gas leaks or something like that. And this is a way out there theory, so don't mind me. But he could have been hallucinating due to like a random gas leak or something wrong with his truck that leaked fumes. It could be anything like that.
just said that's
But
kind of
then
what...
the scratch marks are there. So then we've got a whole thing about there's actually something there because there were scratch marks. And she's about to say that it could have been a tree, but would the trees hang low enough on the highway?
It looked like. Again, with the thud and his reaction, I don't think that I think it was some sort of living creature, given also all the sounds we hear that are consistent with the call in the video. Something else crazy you could see on the map is that in that area is the Moores Creek National Battlefield. I looked at the corner store that he stopped at, and sure enough, that is like a 5 to 7 minute drive from the National Battlefield. In an interview with the sheriff later, he also says that they get tons of calls from people in that area because they see weird stuff in that area all the time, which I don't doubt.
The residents and people out there in the Curry area near the battlefield have reported seeing things and hearing things that they couldn't exactly understand. The Moores Creek.
He's got a bit of an easy job, isn't he? Hey, Sheriff, we got another call again. There's somebody what saw a Confederate walking on the highway. Well, bet get the boys. Yeah.
National Battlefield does sit well off the roadway. In the years past, we have had deputies respond to that area. Different noises on the battlefield itself, things being seen on the battlefield that just couldn't be explained.
Now, again, does that prove the bleeding man was in fact the ghost of a soldier since he was in a uniform and near the battlefield? Or has Tyler's memory unintentionally shifted over the years and even further influenced by the fact that people point out that it was a battlefield nearby? Like if he realized, oh my God, I'm right by...
Maybe it was Ichabod Crane and he's finally found his head
by the battlefield that might have accidentally influenced the way he remembered the man. Okay, so that is what happened. That is the day of. Of course, now we need to go into depth of if this is a hoax. Did this man just fake this entire thing, the emotion, added the sound effects, added, something to his car to make that sound, and then fooled police into believing him in the report, in interviews, right after the fact when he was taking them back to the location, while the actual 911 call is...
Why would you go to that much effort, though, to make everything up? What's his name? Taylor Sowers?
real and authentic. The sheriff's department has confirmed that. A 911 call can still be real and the caller could still be playing a prank. So here's some evidence that could lead us to believe it is a hoax. Tyler conveniently doesn't have photos of the scratches on his truck. And then of course he sold the truck soon after this happened. Kind of convenient. He did, and he even took photos the next morning, he claims, but he didn't kept them. He never shared them with anyone other than showing his family. So we don't have access to the photos. Nobody does.
I've seen Sleepy Hollow years ago, Hot Latte, but I don't remember. When he found his head, it turned out to be a pumpkin, yeah. And then he became Jack Skellington's.
Now, a lot of people will say, well, that's convenient. I'm usually like, yeah, that's super convenient. But I remember that Tyler was very uninterested in sharing this story. He didn't come forward. So why would he keep the photos? Like, I think it makes sense that he didn't. He just wanted to forget about it. He didn't think this would ever go viral, or anybody other than him and his close, knit circle would know about it. So it's just an unfortunate thing. And even if we had the photos, a bunch of people would just say you did that yourself. It was there before. It was a treat, yada, yada. So then secondly, when police talked to Tyler and spent hours with him at the incident, the sheriff himself believes that this caller was genuinely distressed, that this was not a hoax.
Our deputy spoke with him some. At that point, the highway patrol took over that investigation because it was a traffic-related incident. I don't know for sure what he saw or what he experienced that night, but it was obvious that he was distraught on the 911 call. I'm afraid it's probably just one of those things in this world that we may not ever know the answer to.
They also say that they didn't see any signs of intoxication. However, this was a while after the incident, and they did not perform a breathalyzer or a drug test or anything on him. They didn't have a reason
I can fix him.
to. Tyler was very coherent, as you heard on the call, but nonetheless, I have to, in good conscience, point out that technically intoxication cannot be fully ruled out. And then the last thing being that nothing was ever found. They didn't actually find any evidence to corroborate his story when they actually searched the area. No man and no creature, which again, could technically be evidence of a hoax, but it could also be like, if it was paranormal, then yeah, it could have disappeared. Now let's talk.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a hoax, no evidence and nothing being there generally indicates that it's a hoax, yeah.
About the evidence towards this not being a hoax. And while I'm not saying this is paranormal necessarily, I'm not saying there's not an earthly explanation. I am telling you that I personally do, in my opinion, believe that this was not a hoax. I do think Tyler's telling the truth. So evidence in his favor, first of all, a hoax 911 call, depending on the circumstances, could lead to major fines or even jail time if they find out that you were lying. If this was a hoax, it would be pretty damn risky for Tyler to come forward years later and agree to interviews, even if he was hesitant at first. The call sounds very genuine itself, but even more convincingly, you could hear the thump on the call, as well as the noises afterwards, which align with his story. You can hear the acceleration too. So that aligns all with his story. I just think if this was a hoax, he would have disappeared into the night and never saw the light of day online again, because he wouldn't want, at least regarding this, because he wouldn't want the police to ever find out that he lied. Secondly, Tyler's story has never really changed in any major details, even years later. I think that's important to note. Plus, it's kind of in his favor that he was hesitant to come forward at all. He did not approach Carolina case file. They had to.
I think he drank too much Sunny Delight. And when you drink too much Sunny Delight, you start seeing things. Especially if it's like moonshine Sunny Delight, you can't handle it.
To track him down, and they begged him for weeks to be interviewed, and he said no several times before finally agreeing. And at first he would only be anonymous. He didn't show his face, and he wanted to only be referred to as T. He later shows his face, here it is, and he allows his first name to be out. But this tells me, A, he really did want to forget this and was genuinely terrified and wanted to pretend like it never happened. And B, this tells us that he is not in this for social media clout. This was in 2021, and to this day, Tyler hasn't made his own video about this experience. He's not on TikTok.
Got your peepers out for Tyler.
Going, yeah, that was me, like and follow. In fact, he's pretty socially awkward in his face showing interview. And I don't mean that as a dig at all. I could be socially awkward as well. You can just tell that he's not comfortable in front of the camera.
So people are finding out who I am. I got recognized at Walmart buying diapers for my daughter.
Tell me about that.
Just any normal day, just went to Walmart to go pick up diapers, and all of a sudden this like 20-something-year-old man around my age, he goes,
"How about you show us what's under your hat?"
"Aren't you T from the Pender County Rake video?" I went, "No." I don't know who that is. What video?
Your face is out there somewhere.
My face is out there somewhere, yeah.
Sounds like it. Well,
You know,
Even my family members have commented on videos despite my wishes.
He didn't even know that someone had tracked down the 911 call until way after it happened and until it went viral years later. So like, again, just more proof that he's not a clout goblin. If this was an elaborate hoax,
yeah, he just wanted to be believed. Like, I don't think he expected years later to be having to recall that thing that hit his car. He just wants to, like, maybe he's got PTSD about it. He's like, he's seen this creature. The creature looked directly at him through the rear windshield. Whatever this creature might have been, this 7 foot tall, gangly, pale beast, he just wants to forget about it all and live a normal life. And then people are coming up to him like, aren't you the guy that saw that really creepy thing? And he has to think about it every single bloody time.
I just cannot think of a motive for it because he seemed very hesitant to talk about it at all. And then one of my favorite pieces of evidence in his favor is that the Google Maps line up well with his call. Tyler tells dispatch where he is at various times during the call, and the times that he's telling the dispatcher match up with what you'd find on Google Maps. According to the Snopes article about this, he was, quote, traveling on State Highway 210 East towards State Highway 53 and had just passed Patriots Watch Community. He passed that at about 45 seconds before the thud. And then about 6 minutes later, he pulled to the Malpass Corner store. And if you look on Google Maps for that route, it says that that distance is about a 7-minute drive. Remember, it was nighttime and Tyler was speeding because he was so scared, so it would make sense that he would get there in less time. I think that corroborates his story very well. If this was a trial, I think that would have been a piece of evidence brought forth to the jury. And then next, how could he have faked that thud? Since you can hear him actively driving during the call and the maps lining up, and then you hear the thud, unless he had friends waiting in the trees to drop a branch on his car, that seems less likely than something actually genuinely terrifying happen.
Yeah, I mean, friends waiting in the trees, that's a very out there theory, but not impossible.
So we hear him drive. How could he have faked that thud?
Nothing
and
impossible.
Then a counter argument to the drugs thing. Yes, we can't rule it out, but you would think with such a bizarre story, the police would have been talking to Tyler and probably would have noticed if he was high or intoxicated. Like, they talked to him for a while. And if he had such a bizarre story, you'd think the first thing they would think is, oh my God, is this guy on drugs, right? They would have been looking for his eyes being red or dilated, or you think then his story would have changed more, or at least been more fuzzy, or he would have been more confused. I don't know.
Maybe they asked him, hey, you smell like marijuana. What's that? And he was like, oh, that's just my air freshener. And the police were like, well, yeah, that checks out. Okay, boys, let's look for 6 hours for something that doesn't exist.
I don't think he was on drugs. I think he sounds really, really coherent. I'm not an expert, but I don't think that's what it was. And alcohol certainly wouldn't have caused a hallucination like this. If it was intoxication, it would have to be some sort of hallucinogen, if that was somehow the case. But with State Patrol, Wildlife, EMS, and deputies all being at the scene, you'd think somebody would have noticed if he was high or coming down from a high. Like, they're all experts. They all should be able to know what to look for with that kind of thing, right? So then, while there's no pictures of the scratches on the car, like we already talked about, the scratches are in the police report, though. So they did see them on the car either way. Like, the scratches weren't made up. We just don't have pictures of it, but the police confirmed that they were there. Now, to be fair, on the other hand, though, we don't know if these scratches were already on the car when he left. Like, maybe those scratches were already up there. They didn't notice until afterwards, in which case Tyler would have had to lie about when they happened. So that's kind of the arguments for a hoax and against a hoax. Now, this whole thing excites me, right? I was so excited when I first heard this call. This is the kind of thing that I live for, a disturbing audio or like media piece. It's confirmed authentic. The witness has all the signs of being genuine, real emotion on the call, hesitant to be in the spotlight, and had to be convinced to discuss the incident at all. When we watch paranormal TikToks and debunk them, those are like all the things I look at, because the second it seems like somebody really wants to go viral or is really enjoying the attention of something allegedly happening to them, that's like the second that happens, I side eye it. So,
like when somebody claims to be on 2,500 calories a day and they put on 2 pounds in 6 months. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Let's go over the theories. The first theory, Tyler was on something. Tyler was on drugs. We already touched on this, but if he was on LSD or shrooms or some sort of hallucinogen, he would have, in my opinion, had to have been on a hallucinogen. He could have hallucinated this entire thing, and he could have called 911 while high. And it's not that he was lying. He really thought he saw that, but he was intoxicated. I don't think this is the case personally. This doesn't explain the thud that we hear on the call still. That is the part that it makes all the theories really complicated.
Maybe it wasn't a thud. Maybe it was just a big old toe. Ooh, maybe it was that.
It still doesn't explain the sound that we heard. And also, again, the Google Maps lining up and so many people arriving on the scene. I already sorry to harp on this, but nobody noticed that he was high. So many people showed up and nobody noticed that he was high or possibly coming down from, I don't know. It cannot be ruled out completely. As a skeptic, I have to admit that, but my opinion is that he was sober. I think he saw something, regardless of the explanation. Okay, the second theory I have, now this is a longer one, is that this was an animal. Now, this would be almost as crazy sounding of a theory, though.
If Guy had been on one of those things, he would have wrecked the car. You could barely say fried egg on those things you can't drive. It must have been some kind of, like, he must have exaggerated the size of the creature.
Though, as a ghost or cryptid. However, stick with me here because it is the only like earthly explanation that I think might be the most plausible. That could make Tyler not a liar, the police report true, but also explain how this could not be paranormal. So what if Tyler did see a man bleeding and the man was trying to get help? What if the man fell and hit his head and was trying to basically flag down a car on the side of the road to get help? He was staring at Tyler, hoping that he would stop to help him. Maybe he didn't wave him down because he had a concussion or something. Or he did try to flag Tyler down and Tyler just blocked that part out because of the adrenaline. Distracted by the man on the side of the road, what if Tyler hit or clipped an animal with his truck since he was looking at the man and not the road in front of him? Now, I know what you're thinking. He said that this looked nothing like an animal. He said that it was not a human and that it did not look like a turkey or a deer. It did not look like an animal. So hear me out on this. So many paranormal encounters and cryptid stories can be explained by animals, especially, wait for it, animals with mange. So just a warning, I'm going to show you some animals with mange and it is really sad, but just a heads up, close your eyes for a few seconds if you don't want to see it. So here's a picture of a bear with mange. Here's a picture of a coyote with mange. And then here's a picture of a deer with mange. Is it possible that Tyler clipped a sick animal with mange and it flew into the air and into the bed of his truck? The animal got up, was disoriented and super terrified.
That could be possible. An animal with mange. That could be very possible then, because especially the bear with mange could have been extremely pale. And they can be quite tall, can't they?
Terrified, of course, super sick, and mange, probably no fur, and the bright lights of the headlights in the dark also made the animal look really pale and scary. Like if the animal was hairless, it would like reflect off the light and look pale and weird.
And here is a Chantel with minge.
The animal scratches his
That's her OnlyFans. I don't think that's up anymore, Paolo, to be fair.
Truck trying to get its balance. Tyler doesn't know it's an animal and he's freaked out and full of adrenaline, so he slams on his brakes to get it off of his truck, and the animal flies back into the road. Also terrified, they terrified each other, and Tyler's so full of adrenaline at this moment, especially after seeing the man. Like, I think this would be a different story if he hadn't seen the man first, and he would have been able to be a little calmer and comprehend what it was that he was looking at. So because of that, he can't comprehend that it was a sick animal. It just looks like this monster, and animals with mange can look kind of like monsters. Like, they do kind of low-key look like cryptids.
An animal rushing a car is sort of out of character, though, unless mange causes hyper-aggression. It could have been, like, on the side of the road, and he hit it. It could have been something like that, I'm not sure. An animal dropped into his truck. Yeah, something hanging from a tree has mange. Sick. Mange on her minge. Yeah, exactly.
It's right. And then the animal stands up and limps off into the woods. This would explain Tyler's genuine terror.
But then again, the animal limps into the woods. Surely that animal would have been found by the amount of people sweeping the area. Animals could be surprisingly unaware of the dangers of the road. That is true, yeah. Maybe an opossum fell out of a tree. But the thing is, opossums are like really small, aren't they? There's exaggerating the size of a bear or a deer, and then there's exaggerating the size of a possum, right? Because possums are like, what, that big? Can't make it like 7 foot tall. So it's a strange one, because like an animal, a sick animal wouldn't get very far. A sick animal wouldn't get very far, and they couldn't find anything. An opossum is cat-sized, yeah.
This would explain the thud on his car, that like the story did happen, but it wasn't paranormal. I will admit there's problems with every theory. There's problems with this theory too. And the biggest problem with this theory, of course, is then what the fuck was that man on the side of the road bleeding for? What are the odds that they would go back and look for him and he's just not there? The man and the animal just disappeared and couldn't be found with both drones and police. So here's where my mind goes. This would be highly unlikely. This would be a crazy scenario if all these things happened at once, but crazy things happen, right? Is it possible that Tyler freaked out, went off and called 911, but another car comes soon afterwards and sees the man bleeding on the side of the road and they do stop? Maybe they, are super brave and did stop and asked the man if he needed help. And he said, oh my God, yes, I'm injured. And they took him to the hospital. The man was treated at the hospital. And if the man just fell, like, they're not going to file a police report at the hospital if the man didn't need one. If he just fell, there was no crime, that would explain why the...
But then wouldn't somebody have spoken up that they had a man like that in the hospital? Surely they would have. Yeah, there would be a record, wouldn't there?
man disappeared before the police could go back and check. And for this theory to work, of course, that would mean that Tyler likely misidentified a soldier uniform, though. Like, maybe it was imperfect lighting and imperfect memory with the power of suggestion of the battlefield and retelling the story and people asking him about it. And so the soldier uniform wasn't a thing. The man was dressed similarly, or like something that could be construed like that. That would be crazy. That would be almost as crazy as...
Yeah, it's making the rounds. It was from 2021, Decker. And now it's just getting found out recently. And the guy who made the 911 call wasn't really forthcoming for a few years, but because it's got so big, he's had to talk about it.
Actually running into a cryptid, I will admit, if all that did happen, that would be one hell of a coincidence if all that happened at once. And then the other problem with that theory is that you'd think the police would have found blood on the side of the road then, blood in the ditch or on the side of the road where it happened. But maybe not. I don't know. Maybe, again, with imperfect memories, maybe the man wasn't bleeding quite as badly as Tyler remembers. Again, it's really hard when it's just this 911 call and Tyler's account, right? So then going along with that whole theory that he accidentally hit an animal, that whole part with the thud and everything was an animal with mange, and Tyler was too freaked out to realize that it was just an animal. The other theory I have with the man is that what if it was a man dressed in a Civil War uniform and had fake blood on him, costume blood, and it was a prank? What if it was some young men, they're near a battlefield, there's tons of stories that go along with that battlefield.
Yeah, but then you're waiting in the middle of the night. You're a bunch of guys waiting in the middle of the night for somebody who hopes to drive past. That, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I mean, there are people that would spend hours in the woods just waiting for somebody to turn up, but they're a bit like, cuckoo, cuckoo.
They hear tons of rumors about the battlefield. Is it possible somebody dressed up in a soldier uniform and all bloodied and went on the side of the road and stared at people as they drove by to freak them out, and then their friends were hiding in the bushes watching and laughing? Even if they weren't filming. Some people, pranks happen even when they're not for social media clout. Maybe they were really just thinking it was fun.
It does seem like a lot of effort. And I think that if they would video something like that, surely. 2021, height of COVID as well. I'm not sure about it. Not sure.
Maybe the man was younger than they thought and they were actually teenagers. So Tyler sees somebody pulling a prank, but he doesn't know it. And what the pranksters didn't account for was that what if they saw the animal hit the truck? What if they heard a little bit in the distance that the animal hit the truck and the truck swerves and all this chaos happens a little ways down the road? What if the merry pranksters freak out because they just realized they fucked up? They realized that they were the cause of somebody possibly crashing or getting in an accident or an animal being hit, and they get scared.
I've heard stories of people who bait and switch drivers to stop to take their car belongings well. Yeah, I've heard about that too.
Thinking the police are going to come, so they book it. They book it into the woods, they book it back to their car, and they get the hell out of there, and they never say a word. They could be watching this video for all we know, and they're like, nope, we're keeping that one. That one's making it to the grave with us. And it was an unintended consequence of their prank that this then turned into this giant internet story. So that would explain, again, the animal explains the thud and all the paranormal cryptid experience Tyler thinks that he experienced. And then these boys, being scared of getting in trouble, fled the scene. And that would explain why they couldn't find any sign of anybody injured or anybody who needed help. And if it was fake blood, the blood wouldn't be dripping on the road because it would be more like painted on and more deliberate. Yeah. The other thing, though, that does really trip me up is if my theory is correct and it was an animal with mange, did that animal have superpowers? Because it does, again, that's also why I'm not so sure about this theory, because already sick and weak animal gets hit by a car, flies up in the air, lands in a truck bed, tries to get up, and then somebody slams on their brakes and the animal flies off the car and hits the pavement. So it's been
Exactly. That animal is not getting very far if it's sick in the first place and all of that stuff happened to them in the middle of the night. Nah, you would find that animal. Welcome in, Fresh. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Now 2 collisions and has been thrown around quite a bit. The animal just stands up and leaves and can't be found. That does kind of make me not as sure about my theory because I don't know. I mean, to be fair, animals, if they're going to die, if they can, they will often go, I'm sorry, this is so sad, I know, but they will often, like if they're feeling really vulnerable and sick, like they're going to die, they will try to hide so that they can die, you know, hidden away. So maybe the animal just hid away somewhere or something. It just really blows my mind that the animal, if this was an animal, wouldn't have just been
Fresh, thank you for the 4.99 super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
dead. Wouldn't have just laid on the side of the road, unable to move, in which case hopefully somebody would go back and put it out of its misery. You know, that is kind of where I'm hesitant about that. That would be one hell of an animal if my theory about that was correct. Okay, so the third theory I have is it possible that Tyler's mentally ill and we don't know anything about him, so like he doesn't disclose that? I do think this is highly unlikely. I think this would have come out by now, and I also think that police probably would have realized that at the scene. The most likely mental illness that could have caused a hallucination like this would be some sort of schizoaffective disorder. You're afflicted by schizophrenia. Your hallucinations can look just as real as somebody standing in front of you. So he did get really freaked out. But yet again, I don't think this is the case. Again, that doesn't explain the thud. That still doesn't explain the sound.
Yeah, the thud was audible on the 911 call. I've clipped deer with my car before. It did a barrel roll and ran into the woods. Maybe it had a cracked rib. I don't know, but it booked it. Yeah, I mean, if an animal's healthy and it gets clipped by a car, it has to be like a proper head-on collision for it to like really suffer. There's just so many theories that you can bandy about, really, isn't there?
And everything. And then I also think police would have gotten this information about him by now. I also think that if he was in active psychosis at the time, you'd think, again, I'm not praising.
That guy was like, could I have done that in psychosis? Maybe Rosie was the one who made the call.
Police. I think police do more harm than good in most cases, but hopefully police, or at the very least EMS, would be trained to know if somebody was going through psychosis, and they'd be able to be, I'm sure they asked, because it was such a crazy story, I'm sure they asked Tyler some questions and wanted to assess if he was in psychosis or on drugs. That's my personal opinion. I guess I can't prove that either way, but you'd think by now they ruled those possibilities out. So then, of course, the theory that it's a hoax. That's just, we've already talked about that ad nauseum, so I'm not going to go into it again, but the theory that it was an entire hoax, Tyler faked this entire thing somehow, not only by himself, but managed to drive the route that he was on 911, have amazing acting skills, which would shock me considering how socially awkward he was sometimes in the interviews. And he's stuck to this story all these years, has never let it go, and somehow faked the thud and managed to keep a straight face all while police were there. I just don't think this is a hoax. I'm not saying it's paranormal. I just don't think that Tyler's lying. I think Tyler's telling the truth. I think something happened that scared the shit out of him. And then, of course, we have the paranormal explanation. Of course, we have many people, most people on TikTok, of course.
If you're into the spooky paranormal stuff, the drone surge in 2025 is also a wild rabbit hole. Okay. Do you know what I'm thinking? Like, maybe we could have a live stream during the week that we can dedicate to like true crime and paranormal stuff, because that stuff really interests me. So maybe we could do that during the week. Have an extra day for spooky shit. Thoughts?
Believe that this was an entity of some kind. I even found one video of somebody with a really interesting theory about this all being paranormal. So I'll play a little bit of that for you.
That thing set a trap and he used a ghost to do it. If you thought that 911 call was scary, you have no idea. Because that man that he saw on the side of the road that was wounded, the reason why he called 911 wasn't a man, it was a ghost. It was a ghost from the American Revolutionary War, and I can prove it. He was coming up from Florida, and he had just crossed the Black River, which is...
Yeah, but no, hold on. You're saying that you can prove it. You're basically just showing us a map here. It was near a battlefield, right? So obviously it was a ghost from the American Civil War. It was Benedict Arnold. It was Robert E. Lee.
Is right here, and he talked about these S-curves, okay? And he said it happened somewhere in this area. The call, all you hear is him talking about how he saw someone standing on the road. But if you go to this other interview that he did, he talks about how he saw a man standing on the side of the road that was in a uniform that had a head injury, that was just standing there. How do I know it was a ghost? Because right here is where the Black River's at. Now, back during the...
Right there is where the ghosts live. All right, love, yeah.
Revolutionary War, when this battle went down, the Loyalists and Patriots were fighting each other. The Loyalists were Scottish Highlanders that had to cross this river, and they had laid planks down to try to get to the British troops. But here's the thing. The Patriots had pulled the planks up, greased them up, made them slick, so then when the...
Yeah, I didn't think of that, actually. Yeah, now thinking on it. The body of the animal, it could have fallen into the river and been transported away. That is true, yeah. That
ran
is
across
true.
it, they slipped, fell, and they were ambushed right here, and they were all right here, and all of it happened in this water, in this area, in this ditch where he said he saw that guy in a uniform that had been wounded and was just, you know, right there. You know anything about paranormal? You know that water like generates all the paranormal activity, it just like feeds off of that, plus a battlefield, the trauma, all this stuff, right? But do you know what rakes feed off of? Fear, okay? The rake used a ghost to slow the guy down enough so that he could jump into his pickup truck.
And isn't a rake the creepypasta thing that doesn't exist?
So yeah, lots of theories that Tyler was like set up for a trap by a skinwalker and that the soldier ghost was working with the cryptid to set him up with the end goal of trying to get in his car, I guess, and like capture Tyler. I don't know. For how many people
He wanted to haunt his engine. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to haunt his engine and feed off the gasoline.
who claim they've seen cryptids, especially skinwalkers, I've never actually heard of anybody being kidnapped or eaten or killed by one. Just saying. I guess there's a lot of unsolved disappearances, but maybe it's a combination. Again, if ghosts are real, maybe it's some kind of combination of the two. Maybe it was an animal with mange explaining the second part, but maybe the man on the side of the road really was a Civil War ghost or a soldier that was haunting the road. And then the last theory that I have that's technically a possibility is sleep deprivation. This is a theory that I think most people don't consider, but
I can prove it because we have the ghost here. Civil War ghost, come on out. So, you were in the American Civil War, right? Yeah. What do you think happened? Well, thank you.
the fact that we don't know the circumstances in which Tyler was driving
Maybe
does
easy.
make me have to consider this. Maybe he had been, for all we know, maybe he had been driving for 10 hours straight and he slept 3 hours the night before. And it's 11 p.m. He's trying to make it through and just keep driving because he wants to get to where he's going and doesn't want to be driving for 3 more days, right? Sleep deprivation can be as bad as driving drunk. So is it possible that he didn't like hallucinate, but the lighting and objects on the side of the road or a weird rock and he was half asleep and that did look like something else to him?
And he's here tonight. Come on out, ghost of Christmas past. Hello. Civil ghost. The lie detector says you are the thugger.
Again, the problem with this theory, yet again, is that that doesn't explain the thud.
Civil War ghost, I want you to lose 30 pounds in 1 month, and that will approve you for entrance to heaven.
And usually with sleep deprivation, you'd realize it after being fully rested. He'd get a good night's sleep and be like, oh my God, that was a dream. The way that dreams are super real in the moment when we're dreaming them, but once we wake up, they kind of fade and they don't seem real at all.
That's true. I mean, if you don't have a dream, you've got to have a dream. And if you don't have a dream, how are you going to make a dream come true? Yeah?
I think he would have realized this by now. But maybe also if he had, maybe he did realize and he knew he could get in trouble for admitting it. Like maybe he didn't want to admit that he was that tired while driving to the police. And so the most like reasonable
My car thumped every time I was tired. I'd have no thumps.
thing to do to him seemed to just like stick with the story, and like maybe he really did hit an animal or something and he did see it and like he did freak him out and he did kind of realize that he was probably too sleep deprived to know what really happened but hasn't wanted to admit it. Doesn't explain the scratches if they did indeed happen that night, and also doesn't explain the thud, but maybe it was a matter of not wanting to admit that he wasted police time and incriminate himself, and so he's just stuck with it over the years. It's a possibility. I still don't think that's it, but you know, for thoroughness sake. I know many of you probably went into this video thinking like I was going to just say 100% this wasn't paranormal. This definitely was not real, or poke holes in more of
Guys, I've found the Civil War ghost. I found him. Ooh. I was on the side of the road. Oh.
of Tyler's story. And I'm going to pull a fast one on you here and say that I can't. My opinion of this overall is that I still don't know. I'm undecided. This is definitely one of the most compelling pieces of paranormal like evidence that I've come across. And if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you know that I do not say that lightly. People say that on TikTok over stuff that's so clearly set up all the time. You know that I debunk as much paranormal stuff that I come across as possible. I always want the earthly explanation. So I do not say that lightly when I say that this is a convincing piece of evidence, because there's no theory that fits everything. I don't believe that it was a hoax or set up. I believe Tyler was genuinely scared. I don't think he was on drugs. And I do also believe that police ran the report.
No, Zizi, my ghost is real. My ghost is real. Real ghost.
and they also don't know what happened, that this is also an unexplained incident. Now, do I think that it was a ghost? Not necessarily. I don't know what it was. The problem with paranormal encounters in general is that often the event wasn't paranormal. It's just that we can't think of a better explanation. So we conclude with that, you know, if we can't explain it with something else, we conclude that, well, maybe it was otherworldly. So I'll just say, well,
I can't remember the exact case, but this reminds me of another call where a man called his wife. They heard some weird screaming in the background, and the man disappeared after that. Yeah, that sounds freaky.
earthly explanations can't be ruled out. I also don't think that paranormal can be completely ruled out. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I am really curious to know your thoughts in the comments. Please tell me if you have any theories that I didn't touch on. And yeah, thank you again to Beleza for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to go follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Please tag me in creepy videos you come across on TikTok. Don't be afraid to tag me. You'll stay anonymous. I won't judge any video you tag me in. Even if it's implausible, I want to see it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much to our patrons on the screen right now. Special shout out to our newest top tier aliens. And that is Robo Zoloft, Jack, Kara, Jules V, and Casey Lockhart. Thank you guys so much for joining the top tier. Appreciate it so much. And I will see you all in the next one. Okay, bye.
Yo, like a turkey, a deer.
Yo,
Turkeys are pretty big.
Turkeys are pretty big, to be fair. Weird screaming, maybe wildcats, and I'll absolutely make dinner out of a person, yeah. Henry McCabe is his name. God bless Google AI for being able to understand my fake search terms. That was very, very interesting, I have to say. So if you want to subscribe to that YouTube channel, her name is Hannah the Horrible. And also, thank you very much to Hot Latte for recommending that video. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah. What do we think? What do we think it was? Do we think it was just a big old animal? Or could it have been something a bit more nefarious? Or was it one of my ghosts? I'll leave you to mill that over for a second because I need a wee wee. You got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna make a dream come true? Do you reckon it was Cyril? Yeah, it probably was Cyril, to be fair. He likes to bandy about at night. Wendigoon is another channel I enjoy watching. Very nice. Wendigoon. We're going to have to do it. We're going to have a day dedicated to paranormal shit. Wendigoon is a wild name, yeah. Especially with what we say about gooning now. Hold on. That was quick. Yeah, toilet's only there, like literally 5 steps away. So, the next video is... So, as you guys know, the World Cup is being held in the United States, Mexico, and Canada. And Europeans are trying to discover American culture. So I want to see some reactions to that.
If you're a European coming to the United States for the first time for the FIFA World Cup,
The FIFA World Cup. I love the FIFA World Cup. Wendigoon does long form content, well, hours and hours.
hello.
Hello. Jesus Christ. How big is that pizza? Waka waka. FIFA? The FIFA World Cup.
Is this for real?
Do you guys remember when all the Europeans were complaining that they're going to have water breaks? Anything for ads. They're literally having heat strokes.
Yeah, some of the like obviously some of the nations in the World Cup aren't used to heat at all, like Norway, like the UK, like England and Scotland. FIFA? Yeah, FIFA.
If you're like me, you've been obsessed with watching these videos of people from all around the world discovering just the basic parts of our country. I decided to put them together in a nice little compilation for you, so enjoy.
Cheers, mate.
There is people walking everywhere. There are women walking alone with fancy handbags, jewelry on, glasses on. They're not being arrested.
So he sounds like he's from South Africa, and he's really surprised that women are walking around on their own.
Nothing. Then, right here, you've got a park. Clean and tidy. You've got squirrels that haven't been eaten.
They've got women walking around the park. And they've got women walking around the park on their own. They're allowed women at the house. That's a weird take. He's from South Africa.
Where do you live? There's squirrel-eating sex pests everywhere in your country?
Yeah. You want one for 2 or 2? I can refill this 1,000 times.
But it's a refill. Heat and humidity, I'm good till it hits 90 degrees, then I start melting down. We're due 35 degrees Celsius on Tuesday. I don't think I want to leave the house that day.
Yeah, but you won't drink 1,000 cups of Coca-Cola. You don't know me. And it's free. You paid for it. You paid it. Once. Bro, slow down.
Hold on, you get free refills of Coke in America? Do you? Mate, you have to pay for that stuff over and over and over again.
Fabio, slow down. Yes, please.
A cute Italian guy. Oh, you mean him?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm in paradise.
That's a big scooter.
Yes, please. Thank you. I'm in paradise.
There's a 1% chance that Amberlynn Reid has sat in that very scooter. There's a 2% chance that Taylor Sowers has sat in that scooter. It's never impossible. Free refills are our God-given right. Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Wait, why is that so funny? Are there not obese people where you live?
We don't really have, like in the UK, we don't have a lot of specialist vehicles in our supermarket. We don't have vehicles that size. And both are in the same both in the same dress. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's something I've not seen. Like the only time I've ever seen like a chair for a bariatric user would be in a hospital setting. Like we wouldn't have something that big. I've never seen anything that big in a supermarket. And I've shopped at Asda, Walmart, I've shopped at Tesco, I've shopped at all the supermarkets. Some supermarkets don't even have those scooters, like because some supermarkets in the UK are extremely small, and I guess they don't warrant the scooters, but people have their own scooters here in the UK, so oh yeah, it's far more walkable here, yeah.
Ground beef. I mean, look at the size of it. Look at my...
That is huge. How big is that? 10 pounds? 10 pounds of beef? Oh my God. What do you do with it?
And I got big hands. Damn. The bread. But there is no real bread. How many ingredients? Oh my God. And don't get me wrong, I'm not hating.
I've never had American bread, but everybody I've spoken to who's had American bread say that it's very sweet. Is that right? Tube beef, yeah. That's what you call it, Paolo. 4th of July burgers. Ah, okay.
You, but I think most of these things would be so illegal in Europe.
We have Trader Joe's and Whole Foods for people that don't want the poison bread.
Container store.
It's just containers.
Just containers, what, to contain stuff?
Yeah.
But what if you want a soft mattress or a medium mattress?
There.
I'm not sure.
Only firm.
Can you hear it? It's the cicadas. The cicadas when they make that noise, that I just love it.
I don't think it's called cicada. I think they're cicadas. And one of the first times I was exposed to that kind of noise of cicadas was when I was watching like Studio Ghibli films when I was younger. That wee wee, that kind of noise, and I just wonder, like, do people manage to get to sleep like that? When I watched Spirited Away, in particular, there was that kind of the cicada noise in the background. And it just seems to be, I don't know, in a way, it seems invasive, but it also seems quite peaceful. A lot of American food is needlessly sweet. Yeah, I've heard that.
And it's so relaxing and so peaceful.
I'm gonna start calling them cicadas. It just feels better to say cicada.
Sound of something.
There's another bench, and it's not vandalized and broken and just.
There's another bench here. Like in America, they've got all sorts of benches here. Like every 5 seconds, they've got a bench.
Destroyed. If that was South Africa, gosh, first of all, I wouldn't be able to walk through this blimmin' park by myself.
Oh, South Africa. That's what's
Cicada,
going on in
yeah.
South Africa?
Holding a pair of glasses and a cell phone, we all know that. But then you get here, and you're completely safe.
Patchy beards.
Completely safe. I mean, there's, like I say, there's women everywhere walking completely alone.
The U.S. is back.
Mate, I think, I don't know how bad it is in South Africa, but he sounds a bit, I don't know, he sounds a bit racist. They have them in New Zealand, I hated the noise of them. Fortunately, they shut the fuck up at night. Oh, that's all right then.
And all it took was some Europeans to come visit us and just do like stream of consciousness blogs of visiting like the South.
I had this as well, yes.
And it makes even people that live in America be like, yeah, you know what? Our country's not so bad.
We never left. These Europeans are just realizing that all the propaganda was fake.
We're heading down to Miami. We started the day with a walk to Walmart. We literally only went in for something for breakfast and ended up spending $80 on toiletries. Also saw this weird animal. I've got absolutely no idea.
It's the animal that got hit by Tyler's truck. Here he is in all his glory. He's alive. Gordon's alive. He's called Gordon.
What it is?
She's in Florida. I'm pretty sure that's a Muscovy duck.
And of course, everywhere, American flags. I wish we would have the same in Switzerland, where you could see all the Swiss flags. No, that's a good thing. United States flags. I like this.
My Swiss friends, you can't have flags? Is nationalism outlawed in Switzerland? Maybe that's why you guys like the World Cup so much, because it's the one time you get to be prideful of your country.
I just took a walk.
I mean, to be fair, that is true. Like, in England, if we fly the flag, it's got like really bad like racist connotations. Unfortunately, you know, it's hard to be like proud of your country because it gets associated with the far right. And really, you can be proud of your country and not be a racist piece of shit.
All the way down there, midnight. It's freaking midnight, and I'm completely safe. If a truck drives that slow in South Africa, they literally will break open the back and loot it.
There's honestly no way that this is normal. Look at this. Like, this is a high school stadium? What? Look at the amount of seats in this place.
Euros, I hope you're starting to realize how good we would be at soccer if we weren't putting all our talent towards this. It would be centuries in a row of the US winning the World Cup.
Well, considering the World Cup's only been around for almost 100 years, it wouldn't have been centuries. Just saying.
Texas, what you're looking forward to most? Some big steaks, big trucks, and HEB. What you're not looking forward to? 35.
Yeah, the guy from South Africa sounds really weird. Like, oh my god, this like if you stand outside for more than 5 seconds, you get hit in the head with a knife. But okay.
This might be my favorite. The Japanese discovering Texas. What a beautiful clash of cultures.
I feel sorry for the people in Boston because the Scottish people are in Boston, right? And they've been playing the bagpipes at sunrise for the past few days. They're going to get sick of it in Boston, I can tell you that. But I don't think Scotland's going to be in the World Cup for very long, so it'll be a short stay.
I've actually been learning recently how warm and welcoming people in Dallas are. We're really excited to be here and explore all the places. So if you
Yeah, he sounds really weird, Debbie. I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
have any good recommendations, please let me know.
She's just lucky Japan wasn't playing in Philly.
行ってほしいメキシカンレストランを紹介します。それを食べていきます。これはケサディーヤって言います。が入っていてすごい美味しいです。食べてみてね。ブリスケットのお肉。
Brisket. I love the Hepburn. I can't remember what is it. Is it kanji or I can't remember. It's hiragana, katakana, and kanji. The way they say things in kanji is like lovely.
あとはピクルとかオニオ
Oh,
ン
really,
で
Susie?
これがすごいビーフリブです。
We're all learning Japanese today. Brisket is brisket. Beef rib, beef rib. Onion, onion. You come to the channel, you learn something. It's not just for mindless entertainment.
And they love beef in Japan as well. Big beef eating country, Japan.
Is that good? Does that mean she liked it? It's almost like a toddler didn't like the food.
Keeping shit like peep, like you being yourself. But like when you from the city, you get a whole different vibe, bro. Like one thing about H-Toy, if you're from here, you speak English.
He's like, he's speaking English. Yeah, he is speaking English. Yeah.
It's like.
Tonight I'm going to a country concert. I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm going to show you my fit. Let me know if I'm doing it justice.
You put a black t-shirt on and cowboy boots.
Yeah, that's it, Dan.
Great fit.
Hier in Texas, getting my hair done. I'm with Maddie. Maddie, wie geht es dir? Gut soweit?
Ja.
Dann machen wir schön blonde Haare, machen wir schön, ne?
Ja.
Ja, now back. Now it's German hair.
Ja, genau.
Aus München eingeflogen, ne? Richtig? Aus München, richtig?
Ja.
A brick broccoli head. Yeah, we do have a lot of them, but I find that we have less grifty broccoli heads in the UK. A lot of the broccoli heads that are grifters tend to be from the US. Peach Fit, Casey Kelly, Ethan Bernard.
Dude, she did not speak German. All she said was, yeah. Das sind Johnson. Yeah, yeah.
Worst traffic is here in Atlanta. Like, mate, it is mental. It doesn't matter what time you go out here, there's always traffic. Like, would I be wrong in saying this, but it rivals New York, no?
I know, I'm scared. Like, I see broccoli heads in the gym all the time, and I'm scared I might catch it. I don't want to look like a broccolis.
Banana pudding in a cup. Banana pudding? A giant beaver. Yeah, oh, it does look a bit like you.
This is like a gas station that let the intrusive thoughts win.
Everything's Bucky's own brand. Spicy pickled eggs, just in a jar. I'm genuinely overwhelmed. Do you want a sampler?
Yeah.
That's a lot of fudge, Ollie.
In the UK, McDonald's is quite high up on the totem pole of fast food chains. I came to America and I assumed the same. Turns out I think it's a little bit lower on the totem pole, and the quality and taste is completely different. Like McDonald's, honestly, like fries taste nothing like the fries in the UK at McDonald's.
I think it's because we use real potatoes in the UK. Like in the UK, we have very strict food rules. So McDonald's has to adhere to those food rules, right? And we use chicken breast for our chicken nuggets. We use Irish beef for our beef burgers. So, you know, McDonald's.
McDonald's. You're from here. Give us the good McDonald's. I vote for any president that brings us UK McDonald's.
A jalapeno ranch club. These aren't like chips, they're like waffles. Pretty interesting.
when he said something in a British accent, I was like, huh? I thought he was going to say something American.
Some dip going on.
Chick-fil-A sauce. I need to try this. This is
Chick-fil-A?
really viral. Does it live?
Potato paste, chicken paste. Is that what it is in America? Yeah, we use like actual potato and actual chicken breasts at McDonald's. I mean, it's still not great quality, but it seems like it's better quality than other countries. And I mean, in Germany, you can order beer at McDonald's in Germany.
Live up to its name. I don't
Very
even
good.
know what that tastes like. I've never tasted anything like it before, but it's good.
Is your Chick-fil-A good? Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. This burger looks absolutely insane.
Not a burger. That's not what we call it.
Give it a go.
What is it? Why is that roll so shiny? Happy Easter. Oh, I know.
I'm talking about that chicken is delicious.
Now, do you see why we're so fat?
If you come to FIFA World Cup, you'll see why we're so fat.
May I have a burger? The burgers is strawberry shake with vomit.
Good morning, Mel. It's good to see you. Hope you're well.
And animal french fries? Thank you.
Goes right for the animal fries. Respect, little Viking.
Only the bread and meat. Yeah, so all
Fifer.
the things on the side, please.
It's pronounced FIFA, Paolo. All right.
No cheese, please.
And you said one regular fry and one animal fry?
Yeah.
And then one strawberry shake?
Yeah, one strawberry.
Will that be for here?
And we'll go here. We'll be here.
How is it? How is the shake?
Delicious.
Yeah, I don't know what the distinction between a sandwich and a burger is, and I guess burger is like a patty, and a sandwich is like an actual piece of meat.
Right.
We never said it had nutritional value.
I have to say, education in Norway is incredible. That kid was speaking English really well.
Or anything like that. You can't eat that burger every day, okay? But I'll be damned if that food is not good. All right?
Look how big that is. That's literally my head plus more.
What's that?
Right,
Oh,
don't drop
sub.
it.
Okay.
You're dropping it already.
No,
Oh
there's a lot.
my
It's
God.
overfilled.
God.
My.
The state of that.
The sloppiest sandwich you've seen in your life. Turned upside down. Visa revoked.
Fans from South Korea.
Sandwich is more any deli meat in between bread, roll. It's a bit confusing. Chicken burger, beef burger, hamburger, fish burger.
They were down in Guadalajara, turning up with Mexico. Like, I think that's really the best videos.
Hey! The World Cup really does bring out some good moments between very different nations. I love to see it. Gangnam Style, exactly.
They're saying beso like kiss, and he thought that they were asking for money. We were rooting for you. The whole crowd was rooting for you.
South African dude has been taken in by the Mexican. It's pouring down with rain. The Mexicans don't care.
One thing I would love to do is go to see some wrestling in Mexico, like the Lucha Libre stuff. Because from the stuff I've seen over the years, Mexicans are so passionate about professional wrestling that the atmosphere in an arena must be absolutely incredible. Hey.
Is this for real? What kind of stormers should I be expecting here? I don't know if the Tartan Army are ready for this, with all our kilts and all the rest of it.
He was like, he
Lucha Libre would be
saw
cool.
a sign that said, watch for severe weather, and there's like a picture of a tornado on it. And he's like, is this real? Excuse me, sir, the movie Twisters wasn't fiction. That shit was a documentary. Like,
Why are your glasses like too big for your head? They're literally falling down. Welcome in, Bank. Good to see you. Hope you're well. It is very heartwarming to see so many people, because we do get a lot of, like, in the media, we get a lot of division and stuff like that, and thinking that your neighbor is evil and stuff like that, when in actual fact we're all just people, and we're all, you put us all together without any like government scrutiny or media scrutiny, we all just get along.
I think it's something like 95% of tornadoes in the world touch down in the United States. If you start hearing a siren going off, just look around and see who's running where.
Why has everyone had to be evacuated? Is it because
we have lightning within 5 miles.
Really?
And it is a full rule that we have to get everybody out the area as long as lightning's that close.
Does it really get that crazy, the lightning? Wow, yeah, so that's crazy. Really dangerous.
Trying to keep us safe.
Wow, that's mad, isn't it? It was only sunny like 2 minutes ago.
I know.
That's crazy.
That's Louisiana weather.
Will you be wearing that kilt the whole time you're here?
In bed, in the pool, everywhere. It's not coming off.
Scottish fans touching down ahead of the World Cup and wasting...
Is he a true Scotsman though? Huh? Lift up your kilt and show us. Show us your wee.
no time making themselves known.
We ran out of beer.
Yeah, they do have lightning, but it's not considered dangerous. Like in the UK, we don't really have like a proper warning for like storms or anything like that. People will go out in thunderstorms, or they'll just sit in their car. It doesn't seem to be that much of an issue, especially if it's within 5 miles. No.
That's my only complaint, because you'll note my t-shirt. Yeah. So, running out of beer on the plane's not great.
They drank all the beer on the plane, had to switch to wine. Almost drank all of that. The Scots.
Mixing beer and wine, I don't know about that.
Respect.
Dressed to the nines in traditional Scottish kilts, but we're not prepared for this heat.
It was quite humid when I stepped off the plane. I don't deal well in the heat.
Oh, bloody hell. Oh my God. Oh, sorry. Is that because it's too cold in here? Let me go turn off the AC and I'll just open a window for a breeze instead. No, please. Just leave it on.
Let's have the AC on. We don't have AC here in the UK in our homes like regularly, so thunderstorms and lightning storms are different. No.
It's too hot. Really? How hot is it? It's 30 degrees. Your summers are mental. Oh, so like 86 degrees Fahrenheit? Yeah, and it's actually not summer yet. This is our spring.
Nothing's making me feel more patriotic than watching these European World Cup teams struggle to adapt to the American.
And not just any European team. You know what the climate like is in Scotland?
As you see, your professional elite athletes are...
I'm interested in the World Cup now.
Struggling. I'm telling you right now, we just live differently. We're not bragging. It's just that you guys made this weird competition when you said that 80 degrees was hot where you're from.
The England World Cup team have just arrived in America and they can't handle the heat, neither can the fans. So, am I going to tell them, this is pre-heat in America. This isn't even the hottest.
It's true. I'm outside right now. It's like 98 degrees. I'm American. I'm used to it.
Remember like a month or two ago when all the Europeans were complaining that during the World Cup that they're going to have water breaks, and all the Europeans were like, anything for a commercial break, anything for ads. When are they're ruining it? And what do you know? All the European teams are in the United States and they can't handle the heat. They're literally having heat strokes.
American people tried to warn us. They tried to say, the heat is different here. You're going to want air conditioning. You're going to want ice in your drinks. And what did you do? You laughed. You said they were being dramatic. You said, why does every building need to feel like a fridge? And now, European football teams, our elite level athletes are having to stop training sessions in the US because it's too hot. And I'm looking back at my For You page thinking, American people did try.
At 90 degrees, I need a cold beverage over 90. I'm probably not hanging out outside now. Yeah.
Try to tell us.
I can't handle anything above like 28 Celsius, to be honest.
You've not arrived in America yet for the World Cup, let me tell you. It is absolutely scorching. Look at the size of this cement mixer. Check out the state of that.
What do you got, a Tonka truck in Edinburgh that mixes your cement?
In some
Edinburgh, not Edinburgh. Edinburgh.
states in my life, but not the United States. So it felt like a movie. We collected our bags and I picked up my wee haggis that I sneaked on and we got to New York.
You're not allowed to have haggis in the US, am I right? Because of the offal.
And the first thing I seen was this.
Wrong way. Down the one-way street.
It smells like piss. Oh, so it does.
Look, New York City might smell like piss in some spots. You're a guest here, all right? So I expect you not to mention it.
And I'm like, what the hell is that smell? Mind you, I'm in Philly. Then it just dawned on me.
Yeah, I just can't I can't handle anything too warm. And it's going to be 35 degrees on Tuesday. I don't think I'm going to walk to the gym in that heat. Fuck that. Edinburgh. Wrong way down a one-way street. At least somebody else got that reference, Jem. Welcome in. Oh, really, Dan?
The Europeans are here. It smells of body odor in this whole entire mall. It smells like shit. And if y'all walking around like that, y'all really, 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 really need to get it together. I'm experiencing some culture.
Hold on. We don't stink in Europe. That's just some random people. We might think Americans stink.
That I didn't expect. By the time the World Cup starts in England, everybody knows it's happening. Every pub has their flags up. Every conversation is about football. Here in the US, it has been different. I met some people that didn't even realise that the World Cup started today. And Ollie works with someone that had no idea that the US, Mexico and Canada were hosting the whole tournament and all the games were being played here. He was like, what games are being played in England then?
I mean, I believe it. It is funny that we're just hosting your best sport and we're just not even aware of it.
If she thinks there's BO in a shopping mall, wait till she goes to a wrestling show. Fucking hell.
So many people from out of town here in Boston because of FIFA. I was on a walk and this is what I just came across.
FIFA?
I honestly love it. I love this. The energy's insane.
The US is doing pretty well in the World Cup group stages. I think they might get to the quarterfinal or even the semi-final, considering they've got home field advantage. But I'm hoping that it's two teams that have never won the World Cup before that are in the final. And it looks like it might be the Netherlands being one of the teams. And then possibly the USA. A Netherlands-USA final would be really cool to see.
Okay, so if you could list me the ingredients, then this haggis is all yours.
Okay, I'm gonna say...
What is this, the worst game show ever?
Maybe some potato? Ground turkey, probably. Maybe some beans, I don't know.
One absolute sign that you're no longer in Europe and you're in the United States of America when you see one of these. That thing is a weapon.
Is that a Tesla truck? That looks so weird.
Scotland, you haven't gotten the Cybertruck yet? Is it outlawed in the UK?
Guys, do you want your photo taken? Want your photo taken? I'm doing photos.
Marco Rubio, get this guy's visa revoked. He's
I do
doing
like
skirts
to.
in Times
I do
Square.
like to watch.
This is like one of those cringy
I do like to watch the World Cup. It's very enjoyable.
Influencers you see in Tokyo doing a TikTok on the subway, just bothering everyone. This is like the US.
Welcome in, Jen. Good to see you. I always root for Argentina because I'm a huge fan of Messi. That's fair. It probably is going to be his last World Cup. He scored a hat-trick in his first game, which is incredible. And with Messi, the Argentina has the whole team built around him, so I'm sure they'll do well regardless.
Equivalent of that.
Hearing Brits saying, "Don't worry, we'll walk to the stadium." No, you won't. No, you won't, my friend. Ha! America isn't built for walking. You have to drive everywhere. It's only 3 miles. Down the road, I can walk. Try it.
God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen,
And does that happen with every sports game? Every sports ball game? Do they have like two planes fly overhead when it's like the Dallas Glubnuts versus the Kentucky Turkey Lurkeys?
They told me the World Cup in America is going to be
Somebody sat on his head, poor guy.
crazy, but a pirate ship in a stadium? No, that's wild. What is going on?
No worries, Jen. Welcome in.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoyed yourself and want to support the channel, YouTube gave me the ability to sell stuff that I'm wearing. So I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and I bought this. It's like
You went to who? Sporting Goods? Dick's. Okay. What is this hair formation? That was strange. It's like somebody put an iron on his head. Usually before the Super Bowl. Oh, okay. America.
Nice soccer kit jersey. Let me show it to you.
That's not a soccer jersey. During NASCAR races, American football games. You do love a fighter jet flying overhead, don't you guys?
If you liked that, there should be a link somewhere down below around here. And yeah, we'll see you for the next one.
Doggo. Love it. Here we go. Here's another video of fans reacting to American culture.
We're in America for the World Cup, and you won't believe they got loo right in the house. Right to the left, you walk in, and the loo's right here. There's a toilet right on the inside. You don't have to go outside.
Oh, wow. You guys poo indoors. That's amazing. We just have to dig a hole.
Have you ever seen a loo on the inside? No, it's only there on the outside.
If you are not on this side of social media, then where have you been? So the World Cup is finally bringing people from all over the world into
I love the Nigerian accent. I love it.
America, and I'm not even gonna lie, some of these foreign visitors have been giving the funniest reactions ever. Like, people came here expecting football, vibes, and nice stadiums, but
Which way does the water turn in the toilet? Well, if it's in the southern hemisphere, it's counterclockwise.
instead they got culture shock, giant food portions, chaotic Walmart experiences, and Americans randomly talking to them in public. From tourists being confused about tipping culture to realizing you literally need a car for everything here.
He can palm your onion. Yeah, I bet.
Social media has been eating these reactions up, and honestly, some of them are
Welcome in, Brenda. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Thank you for clicking like. And if anybody else would like to click like, I would be very appreciative too.
way too accurate. So today we are going.
Actually, today is the first day of summer, isn't it? The 21st of June. First day of summer, guys. Welcome in. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Not talk about the hilarious reactions foreigners have been having while visiting America for the World Cup, because trust me, the internet has been having a field day with this one. So welcome to today's video. If you are new to this space, kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and let us get right into it.
Guys, I'm not fucking you right now. If we had Chipotle and
Oh my God, Chipotle.
I swear to God, I would be there every single day. It is so good.
Guys, Guzman needs to take notes.
Like,
Mad Max needs to take notes.
like what is in this crack?
We don't really have anything like Chipotle in the UK. Not really. Happy summer solstice and happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the daddies out there. Oh yeah, it's cold in Australia, isn't it? Bless you.
Look how big this onion is.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh. Oops.
Frozen. Ooh, good. Frozen. What the? How many? How many kilos? 2.5 kilos of lasagna.
2.5 kilos of lasagna. Fucking hell.
And of course, little bites for little dogs like me. What is this? Never saw this in Europe. Do you know what it is?
That looks like a corn dog. Is that what a corn dog is? Pancakes and sausage?
I don't know. I don't know. Nope. 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 There we go.
I do find American supermarkets quite fascinating.
Ketchup.
Size of that.
Almost 2 kilos. 1.
That's like, Rosie would take at least 2 hours to use that whole bottle. Honestly. Ages.
0.81 kilos. Huh? Never saw this in
Bloody
Switzerland.
hell.
Maybe somewhere in Europe. We got the Whataburger. The Whataburger is good though. I like it. Whataburger. Should try this. Rice we already had. Boom. I never saw 9 kilos of rice.
He doesn't sound Swiss to me. That's a breakfast corn dog what Rosie cooked for Remy.
Came to United States. The Fanta in Europe is yellow, not orange.
Yeah, that Fanta. Wow, okay. Like our orange drinks are like light orange or yellowish. Battered sausage on a stick.
Red 40 inside of it, yeah? Yeah, red 40 and yellow 6. Good. Cream soda, strawberry cream, Dr. Pepper. I can tell you. Also here, Dr. Pepper, blackberry, cherry. Oh.
That's a lot of Dr. Pepper. Like, we've only just got salted caramel Pepsi over here.
Okay, so it is really popular here in the United States.
Specifically down south, it's really big.
Are you actually going to buy anything?
Yeah, I should definitely try it before I leave. So, 20 kilos. 20 kilos of dog food. 20 kilos.
Yeah.
I think this would be enough for me, huh? Because I'm a dog.
You get a lot of protein from that. What? He's calling himself a dog and a little dog? I don't understand. Is he actually a dog?
And of course, everywhere.
Coconut
American
cream.
flag.
I'm not a fan of
I
coconut.
wish we would have the same in Switzerland, where you could see all the Swiss flags. No, that's a good thing. United States flags. I like this. I like this. And it's not just a grocery store. You got TVs, everything in Walmart.
Can I ask the Americans in chat a question? Why don't you have like the full price on stuff in the shop? You know, like when you buy things in the shop, there's never tax on it. And then when you go to the checkout, that's when they add the tax. Why is that? Why? Just why? Come on.
Walmart. In Walmart. The people of Walmart. Tablets. Have you ever saw
Big
this
doll.
in Europe? 500? Hi. 500. The Moon Health. Should be good. I don't know.
Tax is different per state. Okay.
This confuses my European mind. Not
But then surely you would just put you just put it there. I wish I knew. Certain items taxed differently. Yeah, same as in the UK. Like some items in the UK are classed as essential and they're not taxed. Some food items are not essential and get taxed. But we still add tax. We still add the tax. We add the VAT on top. That's what I don't get. You guys have the label with the price on, and then when you get to the checkout, it puts the tax on. We just have the tax in the price and we pay it. That's what I don't understand. It's a weird thing to me.
lie.
I'm from the UK and today I'm trying out Waffle House.
Let's go.
Super soft.
Guys, I'm in America
Waffle.
and I can't lie, I've been hearing about Waffle House. Everyone's been telling me. About to go in now. Guys, I love America. I've been here for like, 3 days? And everything's just amazing.
Maybe it's an advertising thing so it looks cheaper. Yeah, I don't really get it. Like everything you buy it will have the tax included. So like if a I don't know, let's say for argument's sake, a loaf of bread is £1, it would be 80p for the bread and 20p tax, and we'd include that in the total price.
Oh, American flag. Shit. Guys, there's
it's weird.
nothing like this in the UK. Like, this is actually beautiful. I'm guessing this is what you call a diner. My favorite workers over there.
Thank you, Nonstop Ty. I appreciate that. Welcome into the stream. Hope you're doing well.
Guys, his customer service is amazing. Listen, I wasn't gonna buy anything, but he convinced me. I can't lie. Guys, I came late. What's it been saying so far?
Online food is banging.
Are you
The
just saying
food is
that though?
banging.
I had the sandwich, I had it with the sauce, I had it with the hash brown, everything. Trust me, Garrow.
What are we saying for the food? 10-10, baby. Bro, you know with him
That hat looks a bit big.
saying that though?
I had the sandwich, I had it with the sauce, I had it with the hash brown, everything. Trust me, Garrow.
What are we saying for the food?
That hat looks incredibly large. Like, I don't know. It looks really weird. Maybe it's the angle or something, but it just looks huge. Our food, yeah, a lot of the stuff that you eat in the US, we can't have in the UK or Europe.
10-10, baby. Bro, you know with him, he's a very talkative guy. If he's not speaking whilst he's eating, the food is good. Oh, I'm excited. Guys, I've literally got my food. I've got a cheese melt, and I've got waffle, and I've got ice cream,
Let's go.
and I've got my sauces.
Doritos in London taste and feel totally different than those in the US. Yeah, so I've had Cheetos from the US and Cheetos that were made in the UK, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but Cheetos from the US, they don't taste real, if you get what I mean. They taste great, don't get me wrong, but compared to a UK Cheeto, UK Cheetos taste real. Do you know what I mean? Your first time here, Brenda? Welcome in, Brenda. Thank you for being here for the first time. I appreciate that. We're a lovely community, as you can tell. And if any of you want to join the Discord, please do. We talk about all sorts of stuff in the Discord. We're getting more and more people in the Discord, in fact. So I'm really, really glad to have you all. And please like the stream, please subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. And thank you for being here.
Guys, I'm not even that hungry, but this
definitely. That's what I mean. Yeah.
I can't lie. Bro, I'm not even gonna waste time. I'm actually not gonna waste time. Let's put the sauce on. I'm just gonna go straight into the eating. Are you mad? Look at the quality. Oh.
I think the American chocolate thing, Dan, is because of the butyric acid. Because to me, American chocolate tastes like vomit, like literally vomit, because butyric acid is also found in human vomit, right? So I can't have American chocolate. Swedish chocolate is the same. I can't have that. I've had Tim Tams. They've tasted quite weird to me. I can only have like British chocolate, Italian chocolate, German chocolate, Belgian chocolate, Swiss chocolate, that kind of stuff. Like American chocolate, well, no thank you. Hershey's, nah. He's loving it. They are,
What?
Jen. Much better.
Are you mad? Are you flipping mad?
Welcome. Oh, thank you, Paolo. I was going to say welcome in. Paolo, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Never had any breakfast better than this in my life. This is incredible. This is incredible. I genuinely feel like crying.
No.
There's nothing wrong with it. This is a 10 out of 10. There is nothing wrong with this at all. Alright, cool guys, we got a waffle.
Are you a lint girly, Deborah? Yeah, Debbie, that's a really good one. Have you ever been to the shops? I don't know if it's Tesco that does it, but they do lint balls pick and mix. Like you can like get a box of lint balls and just pour whatever flavors you like. The reaction these people are having is the same reaction I had when I walked into a Waitrose. I do love a Waitrose. What's he eating? He's eating a cheese sandwich, cheese melt, I think it's called, and a waffle and some, I think, ice cream. I don't know if he's dipping the ice cream, but yeah, it's a cheese melt. He's saying.
We got ice cream. Look at that. Hold on. This isn't ice cream. This is whipped spread.
Oh, it's not ice
And I
cream.
think it was ice cream the whole time. I don't even know what whipped spread is. Let me say something by itself. It tastes like butter. I don't think I want it. Waffles.
Literally just had a chunk of butter. What's your name? James Bowler.
I see why they call it Waffle House. These are the best waffles I've ever had. Look, super soft.
This has to be my favorite trend ever on TikTok. Literally, all these Europeans coming to America for
It's
the
butter
first
all
time
along.
and trying American food. We all know that the World Cup is here in America, so a lot of people from different countries are visiting. And I literally love every single food review that they do. It's not your
They have a lint shop in Manchester, Debbie. Oh my God.
typical American, hi guys, I'm at
Mood.
Carbone Riviera. Hey everyone, I'm at Nobu, Miami. Let's check it out. It's literally, hey mate, come with me as I try Chick-fil-A for the first time. So excited, like I can't wait to try In-N-Out. Like I've been hearing about it for years. It's literally the most humble and wholesome food reviews. My favorite one is all the Europeans trying Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse is my favorite, and I just love all their reactions. Anyways, if it's your first time in America, welcome.
It's like the Americans coming to the UK and like, hi, I'm trying a Greg sausage roll for the first time. Oh my God. Can I have a sausage and bean melt, please? I've come from the FIFA World Cup.
I hope you have an amazing time.
My favorite reality show right now, no contest, is Europeans experiencing America, specifically Europeans experiencing food and stores like Walmart, Costco, specifically Brits. They're like, what are you gonna do with a big old jar of pickles? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know either. I don't know why we have those.
We do have Costco in the UK though, so I don't know why you like British people are going to Costco. We have that here, mate. You don't need to go to Costco in America. We've got one here.
But it's fun. It's fun to see you experience it too.
Now, the Europeans are hilarious, the ones that are visiting over here in
Walmart.
the U.S. for the World Cup, because we go to Europe and we go to like the Eiffel Tower, the Colosseum, like all of the Big Ben in London, all of these like massive attractions that are beautiful and old.
Yeah, we go to the medieval Costco. The Costco near me, it's been around since Julius Caesar.
And there's a reason why we go over there and we're in awe. Meanwhile, they come over here and they're going to like Waffle House, Wendy's, high school, football stadiums, and they're just like, their minds are blown. Yellow school buses. Now, I'm not like trying to trash them or anything, but like just like the levels of like awe are like not even, I don't even get it. I am having a hard time wrapping my head around that for them.
See, this is what happens when you don't have any castles in your country. You know, we're just saying we've got a lot of history here. We want to go to the places that are like Chick-fil-A and huge shopping malls because that's what Americans are known for. That's what we go over there for. We don't. A lot of people don't really go for the history in America. Some people do, like they go visit the Alamo or the Statue of Liberty or something in fucking Vermont. I don't know. But you know, we're used to having like history everywhere. Like I literally walk past the 13th century castle once a week. So yeah, I don't care. We're used to it. We're not used to like Chick-fil-A and Waffle House and Texas Roadhouse and things like that. Does medieval times count as a castle? Well, it depends. Like not everything in medieval times is a castle. Like I did a video ages ago, and I showed you guys a 13th century church. Like we've got churches that date back to like medieval times and stuff. That's true, Pulpy. Yeah, we've got the restrictions of membership, don't we? Yeah, visiting America is very much about the popular culture. It's not about the history.
I can't believe it. They.
Are you joking me?
True. I think that's why a lot of Americans don't have passports, because the US is so vast that you're experiencing different cultures just going to another state, right?
I didn't know that Costco had your beans.
Oh my God, Heinz beans.
Okay, you don't have
You
to
got Heinz beans in the Costco, innit? See, I'm doing an American doing a British accent there.
go overboard. We know they have it.
What if they sell out?
Oh, dude, I'm so happy for you.
You get to cuddle Bella, I get to cuddle my beans. I'm so happy. I can have beans on toast every day.
Oh, gosh. Sam, our entire cart is going to be beans. Okay, we live 20 minutes from here.
I love baked beans. Baked beans on toast. It's an elite meal. It's not. I don't even think it's a poverty meal. I think it's a genuinely decent meal because you've got your protein, you've got your carbs, you've got a bit of fat in there as well. Perfect.
Yeah, but what if they run out?
They're not going to, I promise
Old
you.
bean boy
they're
over
not
here.
running out.
Old beanie Brian over here.
I think we ordered a little bit too much.
Is that a seafood boil? That's a starter for Rosie.
Overordered, y'all. This is massive. For comparison.
Good Lord.
That's crazy.
Beans on toast with some cheese. Oh, gem. Oh. Chef's the key. You only eat Heinz 5 beans due to texture issues. You're you're a favourite.
What the hell? What the hell, auntie?
Seafood boil. Is that a tower of butter? Please don't tell me that's a tower of butter. You have butter dispensers in the US. Crazy.
Okay, I think we're gonna start with the lobster type.
What a fucking mess. They've made a fair dent in it. Oh, is it lemonade? See, I was thinking because I was thinking about Rosie, I was thinking like proper big back shit. I thought it was like a butter dispenser. I'm sorry. No, Debbie. Margaritas, yeah. Something very sugary, though. She looks suited, yeah. I mean, if you have that much seafood, have all that mercury running around your bloodstream, you're going to be a bit.
Well, truly by the seafood boil. We've still got 10 crab legs, we've still got corn, we've still got loads of mussels and loads of crawfish, sausage, and egg.
Egg. Oh my God, they've got eggs.
50 mil can do it.
Why do Europeans love Walmart so much? I'll tell you. As a European, you have heard about this place your whole life. It's one of those places that you know it's real, but it feels like mythical. It's like Route 66 or Times Square or even like a yellow school bus. You know they exist, but they're only part of a version of the US that you've seen on TV and grown up with. And then one day you walk through the doors to Walmart and that's how you know you're in the US. And it makes you feel.
Yeah, I would have eaten for free at the Heart Attack Grill too. It's amazing, isn't it? A 6 patty burger in lard, please. Eggs and leaky legs. Exactly, Paolo. And she can't even complete a Wordle, silly bitch.
Emotional in this oddly familiar environment you've somehow never been. And I remember thinking, this is what American people.
You hate Walmart. It looks like incredibly large. The closest thing that we've got to Walmart is Asda, and that's owned by Walmart. And that's like a huge, huge shop. But I do prefer the smaller supermarkets like Lidl and Aldi. Occasionally I'll do like Morrison's. Morrison's is really good quality, I find. But yeah, I don't like the massive supermarkets. I mean, I've got anxiety going places all the time anyway. So for me to go to a huge place like that, I just, yeah, I couldn't handle it.
People must feel when they see the Colosseum. Not because Walmart is ancient or beautiful
Was
or
it shut down,
historically
Poppy?
significant, but because it's something you've seen and heard about your whole life, and now it's real. And for a moment you stop being a tourist and step into a culture that you've only ever observed from the outside. I just wish the Colosseum did coconut Dr. Pepper.
As a Londoner that's just arrived in New York for the World Cup, yo, hearing the New York accent in real life is crazy. It's like I'm literally in the movies. Like, I'm hearing man say Fulton, 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 Fulton. I'm thinking like, bruh, is that what you don't really actually sound like? Everyone's talking about the Knicks. Football is the biggest sport in the world.
It's shut down in May, really? Oh, okay.
New Yorkers even care about the football.
Yo, it's my first time driving in America, and let me tell you right now, these roads are humongous. It feels like cars are coming from everywhere. Which direction do you even look when you're trying to cross? But yeah, there's a few things you need to know before you drive in America. For example, if you're turning right, the traffic lights don't really apply to you. Like, if the road is clear, just go. Driverless cars are really a thing in America.
I think people in the UK shop more often and regularly than those in the US. One of my friends pointed out our stores are huge because the norm tends to be shopping once a week versus every day. I mean, I shop once a week most of the time, but the stores are still quite small. But I don't, like in the UK, we have a lot of like corner shops. So we'll just pop like a 5-minute walk down the road and we have a shop where we can buy essentials or like a pack of biscuits or whatever. So we don't have to go very far to get food. What about Marks and Spencer? What would he be compared to in the US? I think Marks and Spencer would be considered, it would be like Whole Foods, I would say. It's that kind of level of supermarket.
Like, you will see them everywhere. It's mad. If you're driving in certain parts of Florida, like the Everglades, you're going to see some crazy stuff. We're talking snakes, birds, everything in between. I mean, this is my
Oh, we don't have birds in the UK, obviously.
first time seeing a road floating in the sky, but I think it's pretty common in America. And then a lot of places you'll go.
Yeah, the closest shop to me is like, it's literally a 5-minute walk. Yeah, small Tesco versus big Tesco. If you want if you want to get something from the small Tesco, you got to really want it because it's more expensive.
They won't let you park your own car. They'll tell you, hop out, I'll take it from here.
You know it. Leave it. Leave it.
So what do I do?
I leave the car right here and park it for you.
I'll
Yeah,
catch you on
no birds in the UK. None. None.
next one.
Being in America as somebody who's from Europe is honestly so crazy. And what I'm about to say is going to sound so ridiculous to a lot of American people, but a friend of mine took me to Costco once for the first time, and I was like, bro, like, where am I? I literally was walking around with my mouth open this whole time. And I'm from Estonia.
Dan, have you ever been chased by a kangaroo? You missed the egg salad sandwiches in London. Oof, love an egg salad.
Yeah, it's a small country up north in Europe. We used to be under Soviet Union, and so like 50 years ago.
Oh, you're from Estonia. Somewhere. He's okay, he's from Estonia. Okay.
We did not have bananas. We did not have oranges, let alone Coca-Colas. Like, our stores were empty. It's not that they're empty now. I mean, we've got some stuff, but it's very different from what you guys have here. And to think about that, you guys have had everything for forever.
That's fair, Brenda.
That really put things into perspective for me. And, I mean, it makes sense, but to honestly, to like experience that in real life, it's different. And
why does he sound like a Kardashian? I mean, he sounds Estonian, but he could also be Latvian, if I'm remembering the small countries that border Russia. I'm thinking Estonia or Latvia.
yeah, I was.
Estonia was a communist country, so in the communist countries, it was very basic stuff. Pre the collapse of the Berlin Wall. So like there wasn't stuff like fruit, like foreign fruit, like bananas, oranges, stuff like that.
I was honestly just like overwhelmed by y'all's like cereal sections.
Do we have ceiling fans? Some places do, yeah. Some shops do. And you can have them installed in your house. I don't have one.
It was crazy, dude. Like, I'll never forget my first ever experience at Costco.
He sounds stoned.
Wingstop
Maybe
now
he
have this
is.
massive ranch like the ones in America, and I'm all of a sudden craving Wingstop just because I want that big ranch. So let's go and get some. Okay, here we are.
Can we do 12 pieces mango habanero, please? Can we get the big ranch, please? Thank you. Wingstop stir fry. Churros. Then 12 mango habanero. Mango habanero is now genuinely my favorite flavor. Some tenders.
Fake Estonian or fake American? Which one? He's just not real. He's AI. I have a friend from Latvia and he doesn't sound like that. He sounds like Count Dracula. Then it's Estonia. Yeah, that makes sense then. Because I like a few Estonian singers and they sound like him. Like I think Tommy Cash sounds a lot like that guy. So I'm thinking Estonia then. Fake Estonian. Ah, okay, yeah, makes sense. Too hot for that coat. Fur coat and a bucket of ranch. She's all fur coat and a bucket of ranch. Dirty
This is
bitch.
why we're actually here. This is what's brought me out of my house
She is
today.
making
Look how
Fifi content,
insanely
yeah.
big that is. Look at the difference like that. That's unreasonable, but in the best way possible. Like, whenever I get Wingstop, I have to have at least 5 of these. So this is perfect for me. I feel like this is going to make it taste better. I feel like this is really going to elevate my experience. I'm first going to try it with some chips.
That's right. Roll the sleeves up on your fur coat. You don't want chicken sauce on your fur coat, darling.
Okay.
It's not Fifi content, Mel's, because she didn't say mood, you guys. If you're making Fifi content, you have to say mood, you guys, and that lets everyone know.
That's it.
A yogurt pot of ranch, yeah.
They've gone extra saucy, I swear.
Hello.
Babe.
You know some
Oh my god, babe.
Yeah, I'm happy. You can just order one of these.
Not the first time I've seen a woman with a bone in her mouth. Right.
Good shit for the first time. She's lucky. But tell her, don't be trying every ranch. This shit get nasty. It get nasty.
Does it?
Hello. I literally can't believe I woke up in America and right now we are at Walmart. That's crazy. We are here coming to check out Walmart and see what we can buy. I actually have no idea. I feel like this is my first time to actually see the place.
Thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. It was a good stream yesterday. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I am going to start doing more content. I'm taking my YouTube seriously. I know I've been saying that for a while, but I am actually going to. So I do have to sign up for self-employment, so I'm going to have to take it seriously. Do you know what I mean? Thanks to the generosity of all of you guys, I'm starting to earn enough to be able to be like classed as somebody who's self-employed. So thank you so much.
We arrived last night and we hadn't seen anything.
She has a lovely
So
accent, yeah.
let's go and see what Walmart has to offer.
Walmart.
I definitely feel like this is very interesting. Guys, they actually do have alcohol in the supermarket. Had my first culture.
Take it back with us after the World Cup. No, you're all right. It's interesting. She's from a country that doesn't sell alcohol in the supermarket. I wonder where she's from.
Crash. What's this? Oh, culture shock. Culture shock. Because what do you mean dry milk? It's powdered milk, guys. It's literally powdered milk. Nambiwa, 80. Culture shock. Culture shock.
Well, it makes sense because you got wet milk and you got dry milk.
I want to try something American and I want to think this is something American, but I also think we actually do have this in Australia.
Oh, she's from Australia. Oh, because you've got the what is it in Australia? Servo, is it, where you get your alcohol? Is that right? I can't remember.
I want to try something new, like something I've never really had. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Most
You must have Hot Pockets in Australia.
we have it.
Craig, thank you so much for the membership. I appreciate that. Welcome to the community. Thank you.
Ooh, I like this
Powdered
steak
water.
and cheese sliders.
Is there actually powdered water? Do you know what though? I've seen deep fried water, in some like things that I've looked at about America. You guys deep fry your water. I know that's probably like a county fair kind of thing, but I haven't, Debbie. No, I have not. What Debbie's referencing is two trains collided about 2 or 3 miles down the road. And unfortunately, somebody lost their life, and a lot of people, hundreds of people, have been injured. Yeah, it's very sad. But I personally have not been inconvenienced by it, but I know people that have been, and unfortunately, the people that I know are well and safe. So the bottle, that's it.
Some ice in your water.
Enjoy the
So much.
shits.
This is so massive, but I'm not complaining.
Powdered water. Just add water. Was Peach Fruit driving? Oh God, yeah.
Thank you for the drink as well.
For sure.
Asante. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
You don't have hot pockets. Okay. Bye,
There's a
Walmart.
German man in Target yesterday who had a very strong smell of deodorant. I just know that man put 20 swipes per armpit because he knew about the stinky European stereotype. I was like, nope, that ain't gonna be me.
Stinky European stereotype. Do you guys in America have a stinky European stereotype? Do we stink? Do you guys think we stink? ZZ, thank you so much for the gifted membership. That's very kind. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Do you think we stink?
That ain't gonna be me. Because not 15 minutes prior to me walking by this German man, I walked by another European couple. I could smell their BO. I could smell their BO. Whereas when I walked by this German man, it was like I was sniffing the deodorant.
Is that new to you guys? Well, you think we stink?
It was so strong. But you know what? Yeah,
That's a
you're in
good
Houston,
moral to
Texas,
have,
where your
Pender.
deodorant with aluminum.
It's called aluminium, mate. You heard that we stink. I mean, to be fair, I walk past some people and they do fucking honk. But I go to the gym and people don't stink there. They stink outside. Somebody came up to me on my birthday. He stank. We just had a nice meal, me and Zebs. And he came up to us. He stank and he said, "Can I get the money for some wine?" And we were like, "No." And he said, and walked off.
And you know what? I'm glad he decided he wasn't
Only
going to
the
be the
French.
stinky European
Yeah, the French do stink a bit.
stereotype.
And they're really rude. I've been to France, right? If you go to like certain places in France, they are extremely fucking rude. I was 11 years old and I went to a shop and I spoke French in the shop and they fucking laughed at me for saying something wrong. And I was 11 at the time. Fucking hell. It was awful. Hated it.
I'm currently on British Person Comes to America for World Cup TikTok, and I'm seeing all these guys who are like, have you ever heard of Sonic Ice? I've discovered it. I've discovered Sonic Ice. And then there was another one who discovered CVS, and then another one who was like, look at all these options for Dr. Pepper. And one of the comments on the video was like, not to brag, but...
Well, I think there are stinky people everywhere, regardless of like color, creed, ethnicity. People just fucking stink. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, just have a shower, have a bath, and then, do your ablutions, basically.
This is what we have instead of universal health care.
Oh, bloody hell. Oh, sorry. Is that because it's too cold in here? Let me go turn off the AC
Oh,
and I'll just
bloody
open a
hell.
window for a breeze instead.
I don't know what Sonic Ice is.
Just leave it on.
Is that the new Sonic the Hedgehog game? I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is.
It's too hot. Really? How hot is it? It's 30 degrees. Your summers are mental. Oh, so like 86 degrees Fahrenheit? Yeah, and it's
Walk through the
actually not
mist.
summer
Yeah.
yet. This is our spring. You know what I meant.
Yeah, Craig, if you walk into a Warhammer shop, you will get hit with that smell. Yeah.
Can I have some of your water, please? What? Water? I can't understand you.
Yes,
you can. Water. Oh, my water. Yeah. Sorry, I just have ice water, and I know you prefer room temp, so let me go get some from the kitchen. It's fine. Just give it to me. Yeah, not until you take it back. Take what back? You know what you said about us last summer? Oh, don't be ridiculous. Remember how you said that there's nothing like British heat and nothing like a British summer, and how crazy and weak Americans are for loving AC and ice water? Fine, I take it back. Wait, one more. Repeat.
Yeah, if you've been exercising, you know, you kind of like have BO. You're gonna have BO, aren't you?
Repeat after me. A British heat wave is an average spring in most of the US. And we're not trying to brag. It's not a flex. It's just a fact. That's way too long. Just give it to me.
Bottle of water.
I've just had one of the biggest cultural shocks since moving to America. So I'm sitting outside listening to the football. I'm not inside watching it, but I'm listening to it and having a glass of wine at the same time. And the USA just scored. Congrats to them. But we expected like to hear a massive uproar from the neighbours, cheering, shouting. There is nothing.
Yeah, I don't think many people follow soccer in the US. I think they might start following it if the US gets to the World Cup final and maybe put more resources into soccer. But if the USA get to like the second round or the quarterfinals, I don't think they're going to be asked really.
Like literally not a peep from anyone anywhere. And if that was
I smell naturally good. Thank you so much. Or so I've been told.
in the UK and England scored, for miles you would be able to hear so much shouting and cheering. It's unreal. Like my husband even came outside like this and he was expecting to hear it as well, and there was literally nothing. But yeah, let me know if you are American and you are interested in watching the football.
So basically, you're more respected, Craig, for actually, you know, being able to do things. I used to go out with somebody who played Magic the Gathering. They didn't stink. So I don't know. Maybe I was lucky.
Soccer, whatever you want to call it.
It is about American
where I am, it
football,
doesn't
yeah.
seem like anyone's bothered by it.
USA.
Sasa huyu.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's true, Debbie, yeah. Could somebody explain what's funny? I don't understand. Yeah, some people just don't sweat, that's true.
Hello.
Are they saying that the World Cup's boring? Have I ever heard of the Butt Crack Magic the Gathering event? I haven't, no. I haven't. Maybe. Yeah, like some of the games are on at like 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning here in the UK, so maybe. That makes sense, yeah.
Mama yangu. Game over.
It's got to be bad in Australia Oh, mate, what time's the Australia game on? Oh, so it's got to be about 25 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Trust me when I tell you that when I saw that particular clip, I was just laughing. Like I was laughing my head off. You know why? Because that video is just talking about the time difference. Imagine when they are playing a match at probably 9
I'll have a
p.m.
look, Craig.
Eastern time, somewhere like in Nigeria, that's going to be about 2 a.m. So imagine people being awake at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., maybe even 7
Sometimes it takes me a while to get things. Thanks for explaining, guys.
a.m. their time watching
Sometimes I'm a
football
bit slow.
when they're actually supposed to be sleeping or be on their way to their jobs. So it's pretty funny. Let's talk about this hilarious.
Do you know what, Brenda? I've heard from people like who are Japanese, Vietnamese, that here we kind of smell like we smell milky, if you know what I mean, because we have a lot of like lactose in our diet.
Reactions by these foreigners because some of these visitors came here expecting football vibes and instead got hit with pure American chaos the moment they landed. Like, first of all, everybody is shocked by how massive everything is. The roads are huge,
Everything's bigger in Texas, and in a certain part of California, and in a certain part of Florida, and in a certain part of Canada, and in a certain part of Oklahoma, and in a certain part of Michigan. Sorry.
trucks are huge, the drinks are huge, the grocery stores are basically stadiums. A tourist ordered a medium soda and probably thought they accidentally got the family pack. Very accurate. Like
Not every
the
American likes
roads are
Formula
so
One.
large that even some American
I'm not a big fan of Formula One. It's literally like I could just like watch on the motorway. I've heard some of the Americans probably smell like cheese because of how present. Yeah, that's yeah, like a milky kind of like dairy smell we have in general, apparently.
I have encountered, they do not like driving on the highway because, come on, you're driving and you're on a road of about 6, 7, 8 lanes, and the speed. Can we talk about the speed on those highways? It is scary and it is crazy. Let's even talk about the soda cups. When you are ordering for the medium cup is like something large
Yeah, I'm not
too.
a fan either, Mills.
The large cup is jumbo, the medium is the large for me, extremely large. And don't let them walk into Walmart for the first time. That alone is a cultural experience. People are literally filming themselves confused in the snack aisle, like, why are there 95 types of chips? America said options, baby. I've seen people.
I don't know because in the UK we have an entire aisle dedicated to crisps, potato chips. We have entire aisles dedicated to biscuits. So I mean, we've got options here too. Let's not get it twisted. Like in the UK, you will have an entire aisle dedicated to just certain types of biscuit.
People saying that they spent hours while they were in Walmart just
Cookies.
walking around, even Costco. Like Costco in the United States, but the feeling of being in one right here in the United States makes it totally different. Like it's the first time walking into a Costco as a British person. And can we talk about how visitors keep realizing you absolutely need a car here? A lot of
You
people
do
from
need a
other
car.
countries are used to trains, buses, and walking everywhere. Meanwhile, in the United States of America, Google Map will tell you the store is 5 minutes away, but somehow it's across a 6 lane highway with no sidewalk.
We have Walmart here, Mel's, but it's called Asda. It's called Asda Walmart.
Sorry said, so you're telling me I can't just walk to the store? America, come on, no. That is a very big shocker for me when I came into the United States of America. Trust me, back home we have all these stores. I think they call it mom and pop stores here in the United States. You can just easily come out and the next building.
Yeah, I would agree with that, ZZ. If you find it too tempting to walk through a supermarket, order your groceries online so you know exactly what you want. The US doesn't have prawn crisps. Oh, really? Oh, we've got loads of that.
By your side. Whatever you want, you could just get it from there.
Prawn
But here in
cocktail.
the United States of America, you're going to shop and you just have to have your list complete. Do not miss anything from your list, because if you miss anything from your list, you will have to drive another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes to the store to go and get that particular item. And what about the tipping culture? Oh my goodness, visitors are so confused, especially those that have never been on the US side of TikTok, that never knew how the tipping culture is right here.
Oh, really, Deca? The flavor profile of a lot of crisps tends to be sweeter, whereas in the US we prefer cheddar, more savory flavors. Yeah, you like the Cheez-Its and stuff. Whereas yeah, we've got like salt and vinegar's a big flavor of crisps here. We also like sweet chili. Sweet chili's a big one too.
Here they are like, wait, why am I paying extra after already paying? Meanwhile, Americans are standing there stressed too, because honestly nobody fully understands it either. Then there's the sport culture. These foreigners came for football and suddenly discovered tailgates, people grilling burgers at 8 a.m., music blasting, fans dancing in parking lots, entire families camping outside stadium like it's a holiday. And honestly, the funniest part is
I still don't understand how he thought that was ice cream. I guess because in the UK waffles are sweet, and I guess in America they are too. And we would normally have waffles with ice cream as opposed to butter. So maybe that's where it comes from. Yeah, sometimes curry can be quite sweet because of like maybe they add like raisins or stuff, something like that.
watching tourists realize every state in America feels completely
And Palmer's
different.
coconut
New
milk.
York feels different from Texas. Texas feels different from California. Florida feels like its own universe, and Atlanta is just a totally different world on its own. One visitor literally said, America feels like multiple countries or 50 countries pretending to work together. And honestly,
It
that might
does.
just be the most accurate thing ever. But overall, you can tell a lot of these fans are having fun. The World Cup energy mixed with American chaos is creating some of the funniest internet moments right now. And social media has been
It
eating
really
these
does.
reactions up. And I cannot even wait for them to be
You're a
here
waffle
by
guy.
July 4th, when all the fireworks are going to be out celebrating 250. That's going to be so shocking for them. And another thing that is shocking these foreigners is the fact that
Yeah, curry for a week straight, Decker. I wouldn't recommend that for anyone. I would not recommend that.
America, the United States of America, is not a football country, just as they call it soccer. Other parts of the world, they call it football, but American calls it soccer, of which they have their own
In Italy, they don't call it soccer or football. They call it calcio.
soccer, they call the American soccer. So it's a kind of culture shock for these people coming to the United States. Even when the United States of America played their first match, and it was so shocking for them that in other places, when they play this match and probably a country scores, you hear people shouting, excited. Your next neighbor is out on the street screaming.
Pecan waffles at Waffle House are delish. I don't mind pecan nuts.
But the United States of America, it was just
Pecan,
quiet, like there's
not
nothing
pecan.
happening here. Come on, people, don't be shocked. This is the United States of America. If it's not NBA, if it's not if it's not, all the American sports that they love so much, they are not just interested in soccer. Soccer is not their thing. And I've seen a number of people talking about, oh, I don't watch soccer, but I love the fact that I'm on this funny side of TikTok showing the reactions of these foreigners. So, guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. If you've watched up to this point, then it means you are the real MVP. Please do not forget to
We are the
subscribe
real
to the
MVPs.
channel, like the video, share, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and we are going to see you in the next one. Thank you so much, and peace out.
Piss out what? Talk with BB. That's the channel. If you want to subscribe, feel free to. So yeah, that was nice. Nice set of videos. We had a bit of true crime. We had a bit of paranormal, and then we had people enjoying the cultural experience that is the United States of America. Oh, say, can you see? Anyway. Yeah, so that was today's stream. I hope you all had a lovely time here. I really enjoyed watching all this stuff with you guys. It's a lot of fun to do every Sunday. It's a lot of fun to do streams in general. I find. So if you've been enjoying the stream, please leave the stream a thumbs up. That would be absolutely wonderful if you could do so. Thank you to everybody who gave super chats, everybody who's become a member, and everyone who gifted memberships. It's very kind. It helps me out a lot, and it's wonderful. Thank you so much. And again, you're all incredible. Thank you. Take care of yourselves and have a lovely day. I'll see you soon. Bye.